What up, guys? How you doing? I'll go live for an hour, probably. That's it. I gotta go to Seattle tomorrow. DoorDash. 3-hour road trip. The will is the way. But and then the last couple of days, I should have been in Seattle, but I've been downloading on my Twitch because Twitch passed a new thing where you can only have 100 hours after that. Whatever it's past 100 hours, they'll delete your live sessions. So basically, like podcasts, I go live on 9 platforms, 9 cell phones. And just tell stories, man. That's all I do. I just pitch about raw, real life, raw, real feelings. I respect all the universe. All the universe is bitch about what? Relationships. That's what we all bitch about. Life's hard. Life's really easy. I promise you that. It's just you don't know that. Yeah, if you don't have real support teams, the ones that, when I say real, the ones that teach feelings, give scenarios, breakups, the healing journey, shit like that. That's the people you rock with, you have a better chance. If you don't, if you just have regular, which I call stalemate support teams, that we're all on a journey, not a healing journey, toxic relations, bitch about our partners, but nobody's evolving, and no one's, working themselves as beings, because, hurt people, heal people, we just tell stories. Yeah, in the hard way, which I dislike that term, that saying, quote unquote, but initially, yes. But when we start the healing journey, then you be like, oh shit, okay, shut up. No one knew this. All my people, my family, friends, associates, they didn't know those conversations. Because if they did, I'm pretty confident they would forewarn me, hey, like, yeah, cosmetically as a couple, you're cute, whatever, good looking, but as a couple, on the road, toxic. Behind closed doors, toxic. So what are you doing there? You deserve better. You heard that term, you deserve better, but will they elaborate? That's the shit for everybody. Everyone tells especially when you talk to relationships, like, choose better. That saying, I'm gonna get that on me. It's gonna say choose better. ... How can you choose better if you don't know better? And then we can blame our parents, our caregivers, right? And they should have taught me better. How can your parents teach you better if they wasn't taught better? That's what it's called. What? That big ass term, the generational cycle. All the universes, the big word all, is stuck initially on what? The generational cycle. Initially, only you can stop it. All this stuff we spec. Everyone has their own beliefs. Like when you start the healing journey, you start breaking the generational cycle. You do it for your ancestors, for your lineage, and then your future, quote unquote. Like everybody has their beliefs. My personal ones, I just did it for myself first and foremost, and then to teach my kids. I'm a single father kids, and everybody else behind the screen, face to face. Like like feelings, raw real life. I got you. Like college is cool. School's cool, but it'll teach you about life, as far as to be a worker. But it won't teach you about your raw real feelings, raw real life. If this is not for one, hey, when you're middle school, high school, just to let you know, if you want to study better, don't get in a relationship. You're not ready for this shit. I tell you about my own kids and all young cats. Like, do you know what love is? Do you comprehend what love is? If you knew what it was, I promise you 1,000, my tattoo 1,000, you will not be bitching about toxic love, broken, codependent relationships. You will not let people sell you dreams. I promise you that. Because you would know what as it being date yourself, right? You would know what your boundaries are, your love languages, and your standards are. And remember, no one has to respect your boundaries at all. That is their choice and free will. So what will you do if they don't respect it? Do you stay or do you leave? And that's the shit for everybody. Do you stay or do you leave? I preach about, we're all adults, man. That's not your kid. That's an adult. More likely to have caregivers, family and friends type of situation. So especially the queens, y'all in toxic relationship. In Spanish, hasta la puerta. In English, there's the door. There's the door. We all in toxic relationships, we all bitch about, and we also, like I said, it's hard to leave toxic relationships. The fuck it is. It's easy. We all leave them. I gotta go to work. Let's say I'm in a toxic relationship. She's gotta go to work or whatever she's doing in life. It's easy to leave. The situation at hand is what? It's hard to go back. But I'll call you out. Why do you have to?
Powering off.
Choose to want to and go back to the person you bitch about every morning, every night, to all the universe. Your parents, your siblings, your therapist, the priest, social media, and so on and so on. You have nowhere else to go to.
Powering on.
Yes. Easier said than done initially, but why do I make it sound so easy? I worked with myself 4.5 years ago. Next month, 5-year anniversary. Chilling. I don't need a partner. I want a partner. If she wants that, we match energy. We don't take energy. If she takes my energy and vice versa, what should we do? Replace boundaries. In order to say no, in order to be mean to them because it'd be mean to you. Reverse psychology. If you don't, spiritual talk, right? Emotionally and spiritually, you're being mean to yourself. You're hurting your own feelings. Make that shit make sense. But then you want love, relationships, families, kids, and marriage. How's that shit working out for you? Respectfully, in my situation, 18 at heart, I just turned 44. This year. Marriage, it's an idea concept. Is it factual? No, far from the situation, because especially nowadays, I can't, more than America wise, like, yo, the cell phone, a zillion options. Oxymoron, man. It's easier to run, leave, cheat, ghost, break up, divorce with people than actually. Yeah, that's what boys and girls do. They do oxymorons. They run like Forrest Gump because they don't want to be adults. Have their adult conversation. The uncomfortable conversation. Shit's it's ending. You're ready for this type of situation. And yeah, you don't want to hurt people's feelings. Stay a people pleaser. The truth is hurt no matter what. And here's the kicker, like the last potential, last year, why she taught me this, which is very factual, like marriage, last dying breath, grow with each other forever. It's not factual. Because one day magically, I could wake up, she could wake up, I don't want to do this no more, like I'm losing interest type of situation. And that's the shit. Like she asked me, you ready for that? Yo, queen, babe, I told you. Remember, there's not even my girlfriend a potential. I told you day one, I don't need you in my life. I want you in my life. The door is right there for both of us. I can leave, you can leave. A lot of people can't handle that. What? It's right there. I'm not stopping you. I want all this bullshit, like you fight for relationships. That's toxic as fuck. Why would you fight for a toxic relationship? Y'all bumping heads, not getting along. A zillion people, I love saying this shit. A zillion people in the whole universe. Why would I say about you? One. Make that make sense. A zillion people. Why, man? There's gotta be the queens of the universe. They're in the healing journey. Respect more than you are. It's not a reason of competition, but I want to do opposites attract. Why? That's the shit. It's mind blowing what one person does to you. It takes your energy, they take your energy, and vice versa. And you still go to work, school, kids, whatever you do in the life. But that one person that you bitch about every day buck down, like, I don't miss none of that shit. Hell no, like 3 years single. It'd be nice to have potential, but respectfully, like, when your energy is strong, it's, you scare people away type of situation. Especially at all the potentials. They want, like, okay, just to let you know, I don't need you in my life, I want you in my life. The door is right there for both of us. You can't, and you'll hurt my feelings. Whatever, if you don't accept me in your life. When you accept people in life, that's your misery. I love everything about Rito, but he's jealous, but he's controlling, but whatever your butt lines are with your partner, that's accepting them. And then you don't want to tell them the truth because the truth hurts. It doesn't hurt the feelings, like, okay, stay there longer than you're supposed to. And on top of that, then y'all fall in love with each other, vice versa. Whatchamacallit, and now you're like, whatever, a half a year into the situation. Now you want to have a dark conversation. Now you want to get a belief. But you already knew that shit day 10, day 20, day 100. I tell people, respect, I'm blunt, keep it 1,000. Stop being virgins. Like, yo, open your fucking mouth, man. Analogy, metaphor, it's better to die today and tomorrow. Not physically, emotionally and spiritually. It's better to tell them 10 days in, where it's, hey, like, initially you told me, I don't deal with jealousy issues, but guess what? You're too jealous. Like, I know you're trying to work on yourself, but now, like, I just talk platonic, no passing boundaries, and you're about a cell phone, pin, all this toxic ass shit like Max's. I'm working on myself. I don't deal with that. So how about this? Working yourself with the promise of knowledge, let you know I'm gonna get a believer. You should date people like you. You're toxic, they're toxic. You're so traumatized, they're traumatized. I don't recommend it, but that's what you're doing. That's what you should be doing. I don't, and I won't do opposite track. Because if I'm gonna go date you and do all the toxicity, I'll go look for my exes. I know how they are. Now that I worked on myself, I know how they are. Respectfully, that's the shit. There's a zillion people in the whole universe. Why are you stressing about one? The door is right there. I love saying that shit. I preach about doors. Every day above ground, everybody goes through doors. You wake up tomorrow morning, got your household, you go to the bathroom, room, whatever. You open doors and close doors. But the main door we bitch about is what? Our homes. It's our own bitches about. So which I preach about every day above ground. How are both your four walls? Your mental home, because your mind is strong like titanium, or it's weak but like a piece of paper. And then your physical home, especially by yourself. Religious talk. I'm born raised a Catholic, right? You can call me religious, spiritual. I just want to say, I vibe with anything out that's positive, right? If I don't know, respect when I say this, I will not debate. I will not waste my energy on things that I don't know. I use the word idea and faith. God, higher source, Buddha. I rock with them, but once again, I don't know. They have positive things to say every which way, but once again, you can claim whatever to be religious, spiritual, etc. wise, but what about your toxic partner? And that's the shit that everybody, like, if higher source is good, quote unquote, do you believe higher source to be in a toxic relationship? I doubt it very much. So if they wouldn't, and you pretty much know that, so why are you? The door's right there, How I stop girls just wanting me for my EBT card. Or stop giving it to them. Simple as that. Don't be a people pleaser. Every which way. Like, once again, people beg for $1. That's called toxic love. Friends, potential family, partners and shit. Yeah, if you buy me this, all that, it's called toxic love, man. If you know all that bullshit, you don't. Toxic love costs you shit, everything in life, every which way. Everything in life. Emotion, and spiritual to being. What's the number 3? What's going on? Huh?
Before you got all those tattoos,
Uh-huh.
what went through your mind? Like, how out of your mind do you have to be to go and sit down and ask for those fucked up tattoos?
Fucked up like you?
What was going through your mind?
Fucked up like you? These are just words.
Nah.
God can't fix you or save you. You know that, right? Not Buddha, not your parents, nobody but you. That's why I got them.
I'm not.
Yeah, that's why I got them.
About what the fuck you're talking about. I'm looking at you and you look like a fucking retard.
You know who's a retard?
Bro?
Who's the retard? The boy that does no face, no case, right? Your mother should have swallowed you.
Bro,
Problem solved.
No, that's a
Your mother should have swallowed you.
No face, no case. You show your face.
Yeah, your mother should have swallowed you. I love to bully bullies. All you boys and girls that jump in the box, can't do no face, no case. You're a fucking boy and girl. You're not a man or a woman at all. You can't even shit about life. I can destroy, traumatize, trigger 95% of the universe, 1,000% of the narcissistic universe. With the words, feelings, conversation, truth, how, why, I'm only one being. Make that make sense. That little thing will be tied on my body. Eventually make my shit to hoodies. Because why? They're just fucking words. My tattoos are words. I challenge all the universe. I don't give a shit who or what you are. Jesus, God, Allah, Buddha, whatever. How the fuck you in a toxic relationship? Here's the best part. Ready for it? All you good people, religious people, spiritual people, atheist people, how are you a zombie? And addict and addiction, how did you become weak? Hit rock bottom. I'm a single 5 kids. I lost 2 families. So why then I become you? Here's the best part. You have no kids, 0 kids, and you're a zombie and addict and addiction. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. And that's the shit. That's all my tattoos for a reason. Every which way trigger all the universe. Black and white words. Here's the best part. All you boys and girls in toxic relationships, you're too narcissistic, you bad boy, bad girl, fuck boy, fuck girls, you're called the slave masters. See, you tell your partners, fuck your feelings. Are you empathetic people? You're too empathetic, you're nice and natural like I was, you're a slave. And why? So why are you doing opposite track? Religious talk. All these bad boy, bad girl, fuck boy, fuck girls, my tattoos, they're all of them, big word all, they're all what? Lucifer's disciples, the fuck up the universe. Everything they touch, they destroy. They are common unknowing. Black and white. All you religious, spiritual people. Karma. You have karma by your fucking side. Whatever positive, negative word you want to use to tell my body. If you're empathetic, the nice and nice girl, in a toxic relationship, and you did the bad boy, bad girl, fuck boy, fuck girl, especially from the ghetto hoods, you're God, that's Lucifer. You're positive, that's negative. You're right, they're wrong. What word do you want to use? It's tatted on my body for a reason. Black and white, straight to the point. No years of conversations, therapy, counseling at all. Fucking all. Today, day one, and give me an hour, your time will blow your fucking mind every which way. And of course, TikTok, they're getting their feelings about it, because why? They're fucking boys and growing too many unicorns. That's why, once again, I'm not codependent of TikTok. Let me close the lives and reopen the lives, because I was in a ban, quote unquote. And that's the shit. I won't ever stop what I'm saying, because once again, if you can't teach me files on life, then what, especially a potential partner, then what are we doing with each other? Deadass, what are we doing with each other? I only vibe with men and women the healing journey. Boys and girls, I'll trigger you the fuck out of you. And that's my job. Everyone has gifts. Everyone has gifts. When I was a blue pillar, I could debate about man-made bullshit, race, religion, politics. I don't debate about man-made things which is irrelevant. Because all the people debate about man-made shit, race, religion, politics, and their mental health is shit. How the hell are you a zillionaire, a fucking zillionaire, movie star, OnlyFans, and you sound depressed? In a toxic relationship, the cherry on top to trigger everybody to the zombie, you're a zombie. and addicts and addiction. But you have money, power, and fame. Make that shit make sense. And here's the best part: black and white. Nobody says this. All these platforms, I've been studying people's podcasts. Nobody says what I say when I say this. Black and white. To trigger everybody, right? So that corny ass conversation debate about, what do you bring to the table? I'm gonna get that on my back. It's gonna say other than your, other than your body, your beauty, your lust, your looks, your job, your home, your money. Man-made bullshit. What do you bring to the table? I just stripped all the universe from all the universe. No more black and white. These words, these conversations, these languages have no feelings at all. Fucking zero. So how's all the universes and their feelings about things that have no feelings at all? What does that mean? Because I know it sounds like Japanese to the 95% universe. The word sad, will it ever feel sad? Will depressed ever feel depressed? Will breakups worry about breakups? Will zombies, addicts and addiction, worry about being a zombie and addicts and addiction? Will the healing journey about the healing journey? You see? Black and white. Who says that shit? Nobody says that shit. Nobody says that shit. I'm the only one who says that, because as a being, I'm always dissecting it. How can I make the universe easier? This healing journey easier for everybody? It's just simple black and white words every which way. And that's the shit as beings. If you can't work in yourself, then stay in a journey. You're not a healing journey. Once again, you have a lot of healing to do. You just don't know that yet, respectfully. Yo, down. Down. Sorry, guys. Fur babies. But anyways, all these cyberbullies can jump on the box, talk this shit, but here's the best part. This second line is not my line. A queen from Bigo. Like that little boy that jumped in the box. It says, all you bullies, cyberbullies, keyboard trolls, your mother should have swallowed you. The universe would be better without you. Tat on my back. Do not call yourself a good person, a religious person, a spiritual person, an atheist person if you know you are doing wrong. Because bullying in common sense is wrong, right? You're good for the streets. You are good for nothing. Basura garbage respectfully. All those sayings are tatted on me. Eventually, I'll make sure to hoodies. And when I put them on these platforms, walk the street to Seattle, it's gonna trigger who? All the circles, all these bad boy, fall boy, fucker, the too narcissistic, the bullies. That I tell people all the time, if you're doing wrong, please, as a being, I'll tell you in your face. How can you talk about you're a good person, God, Buddha? No, you're fucking up. What? You're fucking up. Simple as that. How about this? Save your breath, because I won't hear nothing you gotta say. The person behind me, around me, they'll listen to you. I won't. I'm just walking away. Why? You're on a journey. That's why you're fucking up. You're on a journey. You're on a healing journey. And here's the best part. How can you say you want love, relationships, families, kids, if you're fucking up? Black and white, straight to the point. Whatever you claim to be as a being. As a being. Because everyone's unique. Everyone has their own gifts. Everyone has their own beliefs. But I believe higher source and beings, God, Allah, Buddha, whatever you claim to be, whatever you study, we're all just communication and we're all messengers. Nobody, zero, has to comprehend nobody. I fucking know. Zero. If you don't know that, I'll elaborate. But just to let you know, everyone hears you, everyone listens to you. That's called communication. Nobody has to do comprehension at all. That's you as a being. What's up, Roscoe? How you doing? How's it going? What's it going? How you doing? How you been? And that's the shit for everybody.
I haven't seen you in forever, man. What you been doing, man?
Oh, it's been a minute.
Got locked up.
Whatchamacallit, I've been in Seattle door dashing, so I try to come on the weekends, back home, because I be go up there like 5-6 days. So you probably see me more Saturday, Sundays. I'm leaving tomorrow morning. Well, shit, like in 5 hours.
Hell no. I haven't seen you in like at least 3 months. I thought you was locked up. Man.
Oh, no. Nah, me, respectfully, I avoid the streets. I just been working a lot, because you would see me more because I was just chilling locally, but I'm trying to scraping by, the financial part. So I just drive to Seattle, 3 hours away, stay there for 5 to 6 days sometimes, and come back home and just chill with the kids. And then right now I'm just down.
When was the last time you did a live in Bigo, bro?
Last time I was about like 3 days ago, actually. But I do it every weekend for the most part, just like an hour or two, because I gotta get going.
Hey, man, it's been like about 3 months since the last time I saw you. Like, I got the notification right now. I'm like, oh, word? My bro Coach Rito is on. Let me check it out.
If you go on
I come in, I'm like, oh shit, you look like a brand new guy. Like you look like you came from a rehab or something.
Oh, no. No. Rehab, all that. Respectfully, I don't mess with that stuff, so I'm blessed. Nah, I tell you, I've been just working. But if you ask, for me, why it's because you go to my Twitch, you'll see right there, like to show you proof, quote unquote. You know, right there shows you because that saves her every 30 days type of situation. So, which I've been doing today. The last 3 days I've been down on like 1,500 hours because on Twitch they did a update. I think about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. That now before it was infinity, you could do like a zillion lives, right? And they'll save it on their servers. Now the limit's 100 hours. So I got a notification about a month ago saying, hey, just to let you know, April 19th, if you don't anything from 100 hours and on, all of it will be deleted. So you better start downloading your shit. And I was like, what? Hey, what's up, King? How you doing? So the last 3 days I've been downloading like 1,500 hours of these live sessions, the live podcast, you know. So the cool thing about technology, which I tell everybody, like, journaling is cool. I can type all day, keyboard warrior type of situation. But, you know, audio blogs, technology, video blogs, you know, podcast type of situation. You can rewind time. So as I'm downloading these videos, you know, like UI, Munchie, rest in peace, you know, I can recap all this shit, you know. And the cool thing is, like, eventually when I catch up myself, what's up, King? How you doing? On my Spotify and YouTube, like, I'm going to finally upload them. So obviously Spotify, no video, it's just audio. You hear me and hear others talking on YouTube. You're like, well, I see you, but who's talking? That's the type of people. I go, me as it being into live podcasts, you know, respectfully, a lot of people don't do live podcasts because they don't know how to handle other people's like response type of situation, the cyberbullying bullshit.
Energy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no.
Energy when it comes to being a host. Like once you're a host, you have to direct your energy to different people that is actually tuning into your frequency.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I don't do hosting. Like, how long you know me? By like 3 years now.
Something like that.
I
Yeah.
have never opened a panel.
Yeah.
I have never go live because I don't like to be a host to anything.
Mm-hmm.
I like to be a special guest in people's panel, like I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
Because I don't have to deal with like what you're dealing with, which is you're a host. You have to host all of these different energy life forms that come through your frequency, to your broadcast, to your channel. Next thing you know, you like talking about relationship in one channel, and the other channel you're saying hi to what's up, Brazil,
Right.
and then the other one, what's up, I'm my brother,
Mm-hmm.
everything is good, and next thing you know, it's so many, and then somebody might say something that get you to speak about it in another stream that is not connected to the mainstream that you are actually starting your stuff with. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for sure, and that's what I tell people. Like, you're the cool thing, like, you know, baby steps. Not, I'm not saying rush in day one, right? But like, start with your audio blogs, then do video blogs, and when you want to test yourself, and the best part, the cyber world, I tell you don't exist. So right here, you can test your triggers. That's why, you know, all this ADHD, BPO is called triggers. You were chilling by yourself on one platform, and then someone took your energy. Now you're triggers. Now you're sad, depressed, bitter, hateful. Like, talk to yourself, like, why do I feel like this? What did it say to me that took my energy? You know, the trigger, the energy, the negative energy, quote unquote, right? And the cool thing is, if you don't like what they're saying, mute them, block them, and they can troll you. Yes, they can. But that's just one platform, you know? Like me, I do 9 platforms, 9 cell phones, so that's why, y'all, you know, King, you're speaking, you know, everybody on the other platform, what's up with you guys? How you doing? It's multi, so I can handle people's energy as it being. Well, you just missed that a minute ago. I love to bully bullies.
You're a host.
Well,
It's called a host.
well, it's a okay.
What a host is, what you think a host is, you think you became a host thinking that it's a bigger thing? No.
Mm-hmm.
The definition of host is something that gets possessed or controlled by something. You're a host.
Mm-hmm.
So, although you are manipulating energy through you, you
Right.
have to understand that that's what a host means.
Right.
When you become a host of something, it ain't like you are becoming you. You're a host to something. You know what I mean?
Almost definitely.
So, leading, that's one of the reasons that I never became one. Not because I'm not ready,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't want to put myself in that position
Mm-hmm.
where I have to manipulate other people's energy that come through my stream because I'm becoming a host to their existence.
Right.
You know, I'm inviting them to my world,
Mm-hmm.
and they are synchronized. Like tonight, maybe you'll have like 4, 5, 6 different different platform, but some of these people that's looking at you right now, you just popped up into the universe for the
Right.
first time.
Correct.
That is
Right.
the whole lifetime before they even search your image, or you
Facts.
hear your voice or feel your frequency.
Mm-hmm.
So these people, which I call brand new born zombies, or high vibrational being that just synchronize to your frequency at this moment, because it's either or. You have to understand that some of these people that doesn't know better, they think what you are is what
Facts
they think you are, because their perception is all about that one little version of you that lives inside their brain, not who you are. It's just that, oh, he just popped up into my universe, so he must be this way. No, that's just how you see him.
Facts.
He lived a lifetime before he even met you.
Right.
So now that you just popped up into his universe and you have this quantum entanglement, it's either or you vibrating high or you vibrating low. But so for some reason, you came across this frequency. It's all about building. With that being said, man, continue with your set, man. You know what I mean.
Oh, yeah, for sure, King. Yes, I would, man. No, yeah, for sure. I tell you, that's why I go live. Just to tell stories about raw real life, raw real feelings. Because, like, respectfully, you know, you do, everyone has their own beliefs, but, like, it's relationships, you know, they're healthy or toxic. But I tell people, okay, if it's toxic, the intent, you said and done. Talk about it. That's your partner, quote unquote. If you can't talk to if you talk to everybody else in the mother but your partner, respect, what are you doing there? The door's right there, you know, and that's the part with the guilt, like, to get up and leave, like, or you can stay, but for how much longer? How many more days, weeks, months, years, babies to be, right? You use one individual, and what I preach about, a zillion people in all the universe. Why are you stressing about one? And I don't make it sound easy. I make it sound hella easy, because I'll just get up and leave. I will. To overrate myself, no, you fight, like, nah, that's toxic relationship. I won't ever fight for a relationship, like, a zillion people, you know? And that's why the intent is to fall back, start the healing journey, and then date yourself, get to know yourself. What is your love language? What are your boundaries? What are your standards? Once you know that of you as a being, but that's the be have the same conversations. Maybe they don't know this conversation, then elaborate if it's possible. Because this is the person that you want to exchange energy with, you know? How's that going to work out for you? Go for it, mano.
But check this out.
Go for it.
You know, let's talk about it. I know it's late. What is it over there? 12 o'clock?
You got it. Midnight.
Because over here it's 3 a.m.
Oh, you're in the East Coast.
Let's talk about it.
Go for it.
Check this out. You know, I am a inner self-development specialist.
Mm-hmm.
And in lame terms, it will be like a life coach, but a different type of life coach. I specialize in deprogrammation of the subconscious, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that means that what works for you in helping you to become the best version of yourself, more power to you. Does not mean that it necessarily works for me. That's what works for you.
Right.
So ultimately, in general, I'm speaking, that
correct.
When it comes to coaching one-on-one and helping people become the best version of themselves by deprogrammation of the subconscious, it comes to the point where you have to evaluate in which level they are mentally.
Correct.
That's one category. Then you have to evaluate them in the level of the inner understanding of who they are.
Correct.
And then you have to break it down pretty much to what they have been programmed to believe. How much of that programmation is affecting their life.
Right.
And once you break it down all the way to the lowest term of evaluating overall, you feel like, okay, I could work with this person, or I could just eject or reject this person and let it go to the next person. Because you, as a person that is vibrating high, don't want to keep bringing your energy down. Because every time that you bring your energy down, it gets people to feel like you have to get on their level. Just because they cannot climb to your level.
Correct. Am I doing good?
I don't know what happened to that lady. What was she trying to say? I'm sorry. I was speaking. I'm trying to make my point.
Now you good is respect. Remember, when I say, all these apps are different, right? It's a different vibe. Each individual, it's in your own platform type of situation, right? Your own what's the word, account, right? So like we spend Bigo on the overall that I've observed for almost 3 years on Bigo itself, right? It's hella toxic. Respectfully on the overall it's toxic. I try to be supportive of others, like, you know, any positive talk. For example, search bar type in, you know, empath, narcissist, you know, relationships.
What you were saying though?
Oh, what she was saying? Oh, while you were speaking, she's like, you're boring as fuck, and then that's when she jumped off. Respectfully, I love this insight and comment here. Oh, thank you, Queen. Oh yeah, I preach about life, right? We have feelings. So does my, you know, Roscoe, my brother Roscoe. So that's why he's.
Hey,
Mm-hmm.
you know why she said that? Because she's not used to having this type of conversation.
Facts.
This is not a everyday conversation.
Facts.
So when you don't have these meaningful conversations,
Mm-hmm.
you feel like they're boring. You want me to talk about that bar down the street,
Right,
or
party
that
ticket.
club
Oh yeah.
that you want to
Yeah,
go,
yeah,
or
yeah.
this new drink they're inventing. That's the stuff that she want me to talk about.
Facts.
She don't want to wake up. She just want to be like, I belong to the streets. I need 5 guys to come and got sex with me. I'm gonna break the record.
Oh
I
yeah.
hope she's listening so she can actually come back and be like, no, that's not me. I'm crying inside. Why are you gonna clown me this way? You already know. This
Oh,
is
yeah.
the
Blue
type
pillars.
of zombies that I have to deal with once
Oh,
in
yeah.
a while. Especially in my line of work, man. How many people I coach, they come and call me and ask for my own help to help them become better.
Mhm.
But all of a sudden, in the middle of the session or the middle of the, you know, private code lessons, they'll be like, oh, this is not for me. You know why? This is the people that feel like, you offend me. And
Right.
I'm offended. So
Right.
I don't need you.
Correct.
I thought you was going to help me. No,
Right.
you want me to lie to you? You want me to tell you that $500,000 car you're driving is worth it? No. Can you take that shit with you? No. So what the
Right.
fuck do I care about what you have? When it comes to actually telling you the truth, bro, you can't take nothing with you, bro.
Facts,
Stop
facts.
keeping up with the Jones.
Right,
All you
right,
gotta
right.
do is live life 1 second at a time and create your own reality instead of doing everything that everybody else is doing. Now, what the fuck is... I mean, it is
Being
what
part
it
of the
is,
crowd.
but it's a lot of people out here that think that I got to work because I got a good job, I got to a good education, I got a degree for this. You just follow a blueprint. Tell me
Right.
what you did different that this world doesn't have. I don't want to hear that blueprint that gave you
Respectfully.
fucking educational system that got you this master degree, like you follow your master as a good little slave, and now you get to work for the big motherfucker that control your life. I don't want to hear that shit. Tell me, invent the first floating house that I could take with me. Then we could talk about it. I don't want to hear you following a fucking blueprint. You want to
Right.
be a doctor? There you go, blueprint. You want to be a judge? There you go, blueprint. You want to be a cop? There you go, blueprint. We got the educational system that will get you to be a perfect worker. You are nothing but a slave. But
Basically.
don't think for yourself. Don't invent nothing new, because we'll come and kill
in the
you.
comments,
Or you
patient,
just
and
make
being
you
able to
feel
listen.
crazy. But guess what?
Thank you.
Everybody think that when I speak this way, I'm condescending. No, I'm just being real, man. You don't like me, guess what? I still sleep like a baby. I sleep
Facts.
with my legs up over some pillows, bro. I'm so fucking good. But hey, they be like, I still gotta get up at 8 o'clock in the morning. What am I doing at 3 o'clock in the morning? Fucking up listening to this dumb one. Because you're a fucking zombie. That's why.
Whoa,
What the
yeah.
fuck you doing, man?
Well, then
You don't worry about time. You gotta get up to work. We over here clowning you, and you're mad.
you guys on this
Now you're
high
not
horse.
only big mad.
Just be
you
humble,
big
respect others
ego
are on
mad.
different levels. Oh yeah, different frequencies. No, yeah,
You know,
well,
I'm
no, yeah, for sure. That's why when she jumped down there, like, respect it. First and foremost, remember this. It's that saying, if you haven't heard it, I'll elaborate. So, for the most part, during the day, everyone keeps to a some type of situation, right? I've seen text, man. But what you would call it, at nighttime, that's that saying, the priest come out at night type of situation, you know? So, like, I mean, so for me personally, Bigo, it's the most toxic one, right? And they, a lot of them not ready for it, you know? Like, the type of, when I say blue pillars, I just call them boys and girls. They're on it. I'm going to tell you right here to say a journey, red pill size, and say a healing journey. They're not ready to feel the feelings. That's why she said, you know, you're boring, you talk too much type of situation. She's not ready for the healing journey, which is her choice if you will. But respectfully, especially on social media, you know, people cry. They be like, "I'm on love, all this good stuff," but they're down the healing journey, down the journey, find a party, kick it, get all the money, power, and fame. But what do we all bitch about? That one person, or they ghosted me, they cheat on me. Like, well, that's their choice of free will. You know that, right? So the situation is, are you leaving or you staying? You know, and that's the shit, and that's what respect. That's what, as it being, everybody doesn't believe. That's what I preach about. I dedicate my life to raw real life, raw real feelings. Like, you have everything man made. I'm happy for you. You can tell me the whole zillion bragging about what you've done. You achieved man made. I'm happy for you. But then when you're in a toxic relationship and you bump your heads, there's a dilemma. And then when I call you out, I know it's personal. I will respect your mind, but here's the kicker. If you won't talk to me, which is your choice if you will, and when your partner, the one you love, quote unquote, asks you the same question, what you do is shut down, push them away, and that's your partner that you love. Then respect, you're not ready for love. Toxic love, that's just dumb a dozen. And that's for everybody out there, and that's what respect. Lately, why it's like, this year what I'm trying to do is begin to study all these spiritual leaders, right? Like, born as a Catholic, you got God, Jesus, right? This year I'm studying, Buddha. I'll get into Allah, all that great jazz. Me personally, so far, respect, like, Hermano King, you're doing good. Certain people on these platforms that can actually vibe with, we have deep conversations about the mind, raw way of feeling, which is beautiful. I love having those deep conversations, right? Nothing about jobs, car, that's irrelevant, because ask your job for advice of life. Ask your car, anything man made. Look at your home. Other than the AI, ask any part of your home for advice of life, of any mental issues. I'm sad, depressed, bitter, hatred. Fucking crickets. It's your mind, So once again, respect, I say this, like Buddha, I didn't know there was Buddhas, like, I guess apostles, but the original Buddha, about 2,500 years ago, is a beast. Hey, what's that amount is going? But what type of crystal can hold the best properties? Crystal? I don't know what that. Can you elaborate that means? Like crystal, like spiritual talk? If it's spiritual talk, I'm not into spirituality as far as crystals.
Hey.
Respectfully.
You're just talking about. Alright, I like. So, but let's level down. Yes. There are some crystals that you can actually possess, and it will increase not only your intellectual state, but your well-being. And yes, Coach Rito may not be
that's
too
not
expert when it comes to that, but
that's
he's
like
a little bit
Japanese,
knowledgeable when it comes to it.
Not me.
But
Respectfully.
yes,
it's not my realm.
It's not all about the belief. Like, he will, if you ask something like that to him, he will say, "Oh, well, if that's what you believe and it help you, well, more power to you." But I'm just saying, pretty much, when it comes to those crystals, it's some of these crystals that do have a special ability and attributes that can actually help you live a life better, be in tune with yourself, vibrate in a high state. All of these things are real, but we just have to actually do our own personal research and homework to actually find out what works for us. Right. It's not just any crystals out here. You could just trust some glass
Sage it up.
Put it around your neck. It's not gonna happen.
Right. No, well, that's the thing, right? Respect. The cool thing about social media, me personally, I promote more on TikTok and like Facebook, and I mean not Facebook, but YouTube. You can even do like Spotify. Type in crystals. What's, like you said, what's the best properties. But even then, like, as it being like, is that your what I preach about? I'm just 3D. I'm not 40 or higher. A lot of people think no, I should preach about feelings and life, and that's it. If you're into spirituality, nothing against that. That is your that's your realm, right? So.
Do you read the title? He talking about relationship. You talking about crystals. What the fuck?
Which is cool. Some people jump in the mix with that, but once again, me, I tell you, I keep it 1,000. If you keep it 100, I'll sell you a dream. I'll start. If I want to research that, got my cell phone, research, astrology, crystal. But once again, respectfully.
You know the story about how to sell a pen, right? Because once I understood that whole story, I was like, man, it's so easy to, like, no wonder so many people in the zombies their mind sold them the pen and they bought it. They made the pen, but they find a reason why they will buy the pen and they bought the pen.
Facts.
Because somebody sold it to them. And it was so easy to be like, hey,
Facts.
do you need this pen? No, I don't write. But don't you have a grandson that writes, they like to draw? Like, yeah, I do. Oh, wait, well, he might use this pen. But now I buy 5 of them. Next
Facts.
thing you know, they bought the motherfucking shit. The
Selling
grandson
dreams.
never came. And he got stuck with 5 fucking pens for no reason.
No, yeah, well, that's the thing. People will sell dreams. That's why it's everybody respect. I mean, I be playing clips, right, to attract whatever you are, religious, spiritual. Like, okay, that's cool. It's positive talk. Your astrology, which is beautiful. That is your realm. That's what you believe in. But when it comes to the potential partner by your side, whether keep it 100, keep it 1,000, which I say keep it 1,000. Ron Rio, keep it 100. They'll sell you a dream. And when it comes to toxic relationships, everyone's saying the same shit, which I'm going to tell on me to trigger the religious people. It's going to say in the beginning. And be, oh, Bible talk? Well, I did it purposely for the religious people. I'm always a Catholic. But everyone talks relationship. What do you all say? In the beginning, the relationship was so good. Then why did it fail? Why did we say that fucking line? In the beginning. Why can't it be forever? You know? Nowadays, fuck social media, like 90 Days Fiance. That's how I give everybody in the universe nowadays. Especially 30 years and younger. Y'all get bored, bumping heads, options. You got the housewife, house husband. Everything starts from work. Then you got the work husband, work wife. But I claim to be a good person, religious person, a spiritual person, atheist person, but I'm mostly cheating. Physically cheating, but I love God, I love Buddha. I love my wife, I love my husband. Like, okay, your beliefs and my beliefs are different, but I don't deal with none of the toxicity. I just observe, and from there I just forewarn. Higher source and being, but I say we're all just communication and we're all messengers. Zero, nobody has to comprehend nobody. Maybe they believe what they're doing is correct in that time. That's your choice if you will. But don't cry when your partner's going to give you a chance. They'll give you 1,000 chances, not 1,001. Don't matter if it's 2 days, 10 years, 20 years in. Emotional, mental, spiritual, physically, they check the fuck out. It does not matter how they break up with you. They can leave you, ghost you, divorce you, cheat on you. They give you 1,000 chances. Don't cheat. You've been cheating, whatever the fuck you've been doing wrong. Then do what I did, what many of us did. Play the role, breathe and tell a self story. Boo-hoo me. My exes don't want me. I can't see my kids. I don't have the parents. Say all that. It's easier to point the finger, do deflection, projection, all that, the victim mentality, but for how much more longer? Especially when you're older. 40 and plus, respectfully, 50 and plus, still mad at the universe? Like, okay, you're gonna die bitter, hateful? I pray for you in the universe. I go on my day in my life. I'm always here for you, but respectfully, I don't beg people, I don't chase people. I chase my kids in general, because they're, our future, that like saying that line, my kids are my future, they're our future. No. I want them to work on themselves for their mental health. I tell my kids all the time, and all young cats, just to forewarn you, because no one's going to tell you this shit. School, college is cool and all, but getting a toxic relationship, that will cost you everything, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically, financially, potentially, even your own life. Because one person, the door's right there. Do not feel guilty. If it's toxic, you can leave. There's a zillion people in the universe watch just about one. That's not your kid. Go to that door and don't ever look back. Whatever happens to them is not your problem. Do not feel guilty. You either become a zombie and that's an addiction. They became it, you didn't. That's a positive. You didn't. They hit fucking rock bottom, they became weak. That is their choice if you will. They won't put a gun to the head, respectfully. Go for Mano.
Well, yeah, you are completely 100% accurate in everything that you said right there. But with that being said, amazing brothers, sending good positive vibes your way. I gotta step down, and I'm gonna affirm that you will have an amazing, wonderful experience. And with that being said, remember the truth, peace, and love equals unity. I'll see you next time, brother.
Hey, man. Good to see you, man. Take care. Be safe.
Safe. Peace.
Yeah, my brother Roscoe. Beast. That's the cool thing on these platforms. Like, you meet some awesome individuals, and maybe locally you have no real support teams. Yo, we're blessed with technology if you use technology correctly. If nobody has to. On these cell phones, especially like TikTok, Reels and shit, you can be there fucking zillions of fucking hours scrolling. But here's the kicker, but you sound depressed. But you don't want to work in these feelings. That's what I'm saying. All you boys and girls, eventually tie right here and say a journey. You're on a journey. You're on a healing. Men and women, we're on the healing journey. We're trying to feel the feelings, figure this fucking mental health bullshit. Why am I sad? Why am I depressed? Every relationship I get becomes toxic. Why does it fall apart? You know what? Fuck this. I got so destroyed from my last ex and exes. Respectfully, fuck the universe. I'm out. I'll be single, celibate for the rest of my life. Which is your choice if you will. But here's the kicker. Respect when I say this, like when we say, like, You know, like, fuck love. I'm scared of love. How can you say fuck love first and foremost, and then I'm scared of love? Tad my back for a reason, right? These certain terms, whatever it came to be, right? So if God, Jesus, Allah, Buddha, the universe, the spiritual, your ancestors is love, quote unquote, higher source, quote unquote, right? So how can you say fuck love if they are love, the anointed ones, quote unquote? How can you say fuck love? You can say, which I say, you know, our words are incorrect, using the wrong terminology. Toxic love. You can say definitely fuck toxic love. I don't fuck with toxic love at all. Zero. You know, I don't deal with toxic. I won't ever deal with toxicity. I don't deal with women. The healing journey, preferably heal. These type of conversations. That's how you. If you want to, I test the whole universe, right? I keep black and white. Anyone you speak to, you have a regular conversation, right? If you want to see if they're still on a journey or the healing journey, just ask questions. Basically, how you doing? How's it going? Especially these corny ass day naps. All this DM bullshit, you know, that small talk, how you doing, what you do for the weekend, what's the idea, all that's cool, small talk, and then drop the curveball, yo, like what I do all the time to see if they're a girl or if they're a woman. Hey Queen, how you been the healing journey for? Did you have a real support team? What do you say with yourself? Are you in the healing journey, the awakening journey, woke journey, my tattoos? You know, and if they don't respond, before they were responding, we were having a conversation, and yes, behind the cell phone, we all have lives. I comprehend that. But if the conversation is consistent, all of it becomes inconsistent, there it is. Red flag. I'm talking to a girl, not a woman. Even though these dating apps, big old fucking bio and bullshit, all this, and they can't talk about the raw real feelings. Can't be vulnerable. And I get it. People hurt you. I was you. I get it. Every which way, but we're adults. And if anyone wants to, again, no one has to respect your boundaries. If they don't, the door's right there. You get up and leave. Don't feel guilty. We just started talking. A zillion people in the whole universe. Why are you stressing about one? That's the shit. So that's you gotta figure out what love is. Date yourself, get to know yourself. Not stay in toxicity. Stay toxic and fucking keep getting. In this lifetime, how many bodies you going through till you finally figure out what love is? That's the shit. How many bodies? You know, I remember this. Anyone can ghost. Anybody can ghost whenever they want to. That is their choice and free will. That's what I'm gonna tell my back. It's gonna say that, like, did you know, for in a positive manner, aka for warning, anyone could leave, anyone can cheat, anyone can ghost, anyone can break up with you, anyone can divorce you. That is their choice and free will. When they do, and which they shall, how will you react, how will you respond? Or do you live in fear and scared of that? That little saying might say to the whole universe. I do hella one-on-ones. I tell them the same shit all the time. Like, what? It's yes, it is wrong, it is mean, but that is their choice and free will. But here's the kicker to forewarn you. I promise you 1,000, my tattoo 1,000. All the red flags were there. All the forewarnings were there. All the signs. If you don't start the healing journey, right? Work on yourself and try to let go of your ex, my neck tattoo, and study them. Okay, let's say a scenario I had 10 girlfriends, right? 10 exes now. And all we do is remember this. If you're just on a journey, you're collecting red flags. If you're on a healing journey, now you're trying to observe the red flags, right? So when you're on a journey like I was, you collect red flags, you don't observe the red flags, you don't collect green flags at all. Like, oh, they're nice. Wow, anybody can be nice. But are they acting nice, being narcissistic? Or are they being nice, being pathetic? What's that? I know it's Japanese to you. There it is. So you don't know. Respectfully. So that's the shit. That's why if you break down your exes, all you do is collect red flags. Let's say my first girlfriend, she's jealous, right? Doesn't work out. Second girlfriend, she's jealous, controlling. Third girlfriend, she's jealous, controlling. What's up, baby? Like, how you doing, King? She's jealous, controlling. And she worked about a cell phone. See, I'm collecting red flags. It don't matter how many it is per person, but that's how you're doing. And that's why Bible talk, which I'm a tat on my body, Bible talk to get the religious people attention, but it's more toxic relationships. We all say the same shit. When you're doing therapy, reach out for help, for guidance. In the beginning, the relationship was so good. Like, I tell my one-on-ones, why do we say that fucking corny line in the beginning? So, in the beginning, when did it end? What? When did it start ending? I don't know. Well, that's why you don't know, but you start observing it, because that's why you start the healing journey. You'll observe the red flags of your ex-exes, so when the past comes to present, and you see with your potential partner, you realize boundaries, just to let you know, I don't deal with jealousy issues, insecurity issues. But me as a being, I'll tell you day one, before the potential, like, I can tell energy. Remember, it's energy. It's every which way. Eye connection, all this body language, cool. I get it every which way, but just to let you know, in my situation, I tell everybody the queen's potentials. You want to do speed dating? We got a verbal conversation, FaceTime, have your honest conversation, or go to my Twitch. Go to my Facebook. There I am. Look what I talk about. That's all I talk about. Look at my energy. I talk to many queens every which way. So if you have jealousy and insecurity issues, it's not gonna work out. Because this is platonic love. If I do a lot of one-on-ones. If that bothers you, I'll make time for us. Most definitely I will. But I'm not stopping. Remember this. No one really preaches this shit. I tell people, everybody, the potential to be. Remember, I have my life, my universe, what I'm doing, my kids, co-parenting, my one-on-ones before I met her, and vice versa. She has her life. So all you're trying to do is change in two universes. Two, break it down together best as possible. Is it gonna work out, or is it gonna be a short-term relationship, or benefits, or they get up and leave? What is it? And here's the best part. If they get up and leave, they go cheat on you. Are you ready for that? Or once again, do you live in fear, scared of that? No one's guaranteed forever. Last day in breath. The people out there that are blessed, that's cool. But here's to forewarn you. Y'all could be a badass power couple, healed, all that great jazz. But there's a lot of people that are hurt, destroyed every which way. And they'll shoot their shot, even though they know you're both in a fucking healthy relationship. But I call everybody out. How can you be a good... call yourself a being, right? I'm a good person, a religious person, a spiritual person. I'm an atheist person, right? I show the respect, all that good shit. But then I'm going to shoot my shot past boundaries, knowing they're a couple. What am I doing? I'm offering touch love, I'm offering lust, whatever. But I'm being, once again, narcissistic. The big word. If you want to use narcissist, say that anyone can be narcissistic. Everyone has narcissist traits. But I'll call you out. Look at that. And then higher source, well, I'll call you out. Well, God, Jesus, Allah, Buddha, the universe, the spiritual. Well, your answers do what you're doing right now. I doubt it very much. So why are you doing what you're doing? There's a zillion people in the whole universe that are single, not about nobody, and you want to get out of somebody. Make that shit make sense. Hey, what's that money do, Queen? How's it going? Respectfully, how you been? How's your night? And I say shit respectfully. That's the thing for everybody. But to phone the whole universe out there, you get a relationship wise. Oh, I got report on TikTok. I thought it was the boys, but anyway, whatchamacallit, that's the shit for everybody. Remember, that's a forewarning. To put for you in a positive manner. You could be a badass if I have a good relationship. But your family, your best friends, social media, they're in toxic relationships, and they shoot their shot. You gotta know yourself as a being first and foremost, and then your partner. If you know your partner, they control the lust. They can do monogamy, A and B, and that's it. That's the shit for everybody. For the whole universe, everyone's narcissist, right? The bad side of us: hate, narcissists, pride, ego, lust, greed, power, evil, envy, jealous. That's within all of us. So as a being, I know Nate. I know it is. Thank you, Queen. Thank you, man. Good to see you. How's your health? How's everything? Whatchamacallit? Good to see you. But whatchamacallit? I tell everybody, as a being, right? Nothing wrong with looking at all. But when you're gawking like you've never seen a man or woman in your life, that's called emotional cheating. A lot of them talking about emotional cheating. And if you don't like that, especially queens, open your mouth. Realize boundaries, babe. I don't like that. And once again, what's wrong with looking? So what are you choosing? What are you doing? To give them a chance, stay quiet, be submissive, or fucking reverse psychology, match energy, babe. If you're looking, I'm looking. What? If you're looking, I'm looking. Well, no. You see how you're I'm verbalizing what I'm about to do, what you're doing, and it's bothering you already. So what you're choosing, what you're doing. We're leaving, we're staying, we're squashing it. What is it? Because if you're doing it, I'm doing it also. If you don't like that shit, then guess what? You stop your shit, I'll stop my shit. But do you want to go through all that drama knowing the fucking door is right there? Dead ass. I've had a partner, she's doing that. First time and last time Forewarn. After that, gotta go. Just because of that, girl, queen, babe. You can't do A and B monogamy. Your eyes are big in your mouth. You default to love, so the answer is right here. No self-will. All these men keep boys narcissistic because biology, the Bible says, man, fuck all that bullshit. You have no self-will. Hello, hey, drinking water. And it's my Friday at the moment. I'm great. Hell yeah. How's your health? How's work coming along? Yeah, water on the rocks, what's up. The dog Kool-Aid, right? But once again, as a being, you gotta talk to yourself, man. You gotta date yourself. If you don't like the emotional cheating, open your mouth. But I don't want to be mean. Hurt their feelings. We just barely met. Who gives a fuck? You're adults. They don't have to respect your boundaries. They don't have to like what you're saying. Then cool, I love you. But I, once again, be selfish in a positive manner. I love myself more. I'm choosing myself, walking away. And throw that shit in the face. A zillion kings and queens in the universe. Why is it about you? One, there's got to be on the healing journey that respect my boundaries. That don't do emotional cheating. I call everybody out. If you once again, if you can't control your lust, then fucking you can't do monogamy. A and B. You're always in emotional cheat, cell phone, emotional cheating, fucking then become physically cheating. Everything's on my home, then it goes to work. That's your second home. It happens all the fucking time. You got the housewife, house husband, and then you got what? The work husband, work wife. Oh my gosh, life's so hard. Fucking broken record. This whole conversations that no one's really blunt about, it's a broken record. Especially in the ghetto hoods. I'm from the ghetto hoods, but once again, I'm not in it. You can't miss me. Highly impossible. Once again, but I'm not in the streets. For what? There's nothing here good for me. My family, cool, kids, co-parenting, yeah. But all in all, no. A potential partner, no. Respect if I mess no girl from the ghetto hoods. Or a Spanish girl, only she's a woman that's healing, preferably healed. I'm not going to ghetto hoods 1,000. I'm not going to Spanish culture 1,000. If that bother triggers you, why would you want to even catch feelings from me or be interested? Here's the best part. Any of my words, a lot of tattoos, these repetitive sayings are tatted in my body. It's on me for a reason. To trigger the whole universe. The best part, these words have no feelings at all. These words, all these tattoos are my scars. Healed. 95% of the universe, these are your cuts and wounds. Potentially heal. If you're in the healing journey, they're healing. How do you heal them? Start the healing journey. Work on your mental health. Talk to yourself. Because no one knows you better than you. Why is back hold you and guide you, but I can't finish save you at all. Once again, the only person that can fix, change, and save you is who? The person mirror yourself. God wants you to tell, again, religious people, right? They'll be like, God can do it. I was talking to a queen today. I was like, Queen, I know you, nothing's wrong with God, nothing wrong with religion, Buddha, whatever you, nothing's wrong with them at all. But here's the kicker, to call you out to make it simple as possible, right? So you don't get lost in the sauce and believe, because I was born as a Catholic, and once again, all my God can do it. Like, okay, let me hold your hand. Ready for this? If you're sad and depressed, do you believe God's sad and depressed? If you're in a toxic relationship, do you believe that God's in a toxic relationship? God wants you to leave, but will you leave? Buddha wants you to stop being sad, but will you stop being sad? Allah wants you to stop being depressed, but will you stop being depressed? You see, black and white. If they're not depressed, and I throw in your face, I'm not depressed. Once again, throw in your face, I'm a single father with 8 kids. I lost 2 families. I do co-parent the best as possible. And you have no kids, so why you sound depressed? Don't have a kid. Respect, you're not ready for that. If you're going through bad with no kids right now, breakups, co-parenting, kids, it's a bloodbath type of situation. You might not make it. A lot of people should have made it, but it's so much pressure because they raised me correctly, you know? I miss your face. Like this, Queen. My health is alright. Work is good. Working on becoming a manager. Hey, S05, Pound of Blood. You do it. You're badass, man. You're badass, Queen. Bitch. I miss your face also. Once again, let respect to the fullest. And that's why I go live. Not as often because I'm working now, but, you know, I try to be on here as best as possible. Do my one-on-ones because it just sucks that we get soul dreams, especially you queens, man. Especially in the ghetto hoods. The ghetto hoods is rough. I say all the time, show me love in the ghetto hoods. Show me that shit. You can't show me love. Kids have more love than adults do. Here's the best part. Look at every kid in the universe. If they're not middle school, high schoolers, they're fucking just chilling, enjoying life. They don't worry about anything. All these tattoos, they don't about none of this shit till they get to middle school, high school. They get in their little popular relationships. Now they become sad, depressed. And I talk to my kids. You know, one of my sons going through that. A little sadness type of situation, little puppy love breakup. I go, Poppy, I love you. I told you, man. Like, you don't have to comprehend me, but you're too young for this. Look at your mother and father when they're together, co-parenting. But I'm forewarning you. You can have all the drama. It does not matter. Mammy bullshit's irrelevant. It's you as a being. Whoever comes by your side, if you take energy becomes toxic, that will cost you everything. Toxic love hurts every which way. It'll cost you everything emotionally, mentally, spiritually, financially, and potentially physically, and then your fucking life. You off your fucking dome, they off you because guess what? If I can't have you, nobody can have you. Fuck. Yeah, but here's the best part. Before you get to that point, the door was right there. In America, can't do other countries, you got social media. You know, if you really fear for your life, make a fucking TikTok, put on your platform. If anything happens to me, just to let you know, I have no problems with nobody at fucking 0. So if I become MIA, look for my ex. I'm trying to leave, but they won't leave. They won't let me leave. They threaten me. You might not be here tomorrow, but guess what? Guess who they're looking for? There it is. But it shouldn't get to that fucking point. It all starts with emotionally cheating. The door's right there. Verbally abusive. You're not fucking mean. They're mean. The door's right there. Every which way. If not, it's gonna cost you a lot of shit in life. Fuck, there's this, But once again, the ghetto hood is fucking normal. Toxic relationships in the ghetto hood is normal. We Spanish say that. In the suburbs, good areas, they have more healthy relationships. They have a little toxicity, but not as much as the ghetto hoods, because for the most part, they either have parents or co-parenting. They're cool with the exes. The ghetto hoods, fuck no. It's no parents, single parents. Not cool with the ex. So much drama because why? They're all on a journey. They're on a healing journey, respectfully, and that's the shit. That's the shit. That's why I preach about what? Feelings. Raw real life, raw real feelings. And relationships. Everything would change with one person. A zillion people. Look at when you walk in the streets. If you want to count the people you fucking see, count them. And when you go home, why? Why deal with them? You don't have to. The door's right there. Sometimes scenarios where you don't have the financial, they stack your money. When you have ready to get up and leave, then leave. But then you feel guilty because if I leave them, what will happen to them? There it is. You're being too empathetic, wife. Like I was. You're too empathetic. You're too nice. You're too gullible. You're called what? A people pleaser. Stop being their mother. Stop being their father. Stop being the probation officer. Let them fuck up. That is not your kid. Almost 5 years now. Next month, 5 years. I won't ever chase a girl in my fucking life. She wants to leave? Babe, let's talk about working. The door's right there. Where do you want to take you? What? I was just playing. I'm not playing. I don't play around, deadass. When it comes to that, that's called, like the emotional abuse. Maybe your actions. That's how you. All the little bullshit cracking jokes like, yo, for one, first time, just to let you, if that's how you are, like in your feelings, I'm gonna break up with you. I'm gonna leave you. The overage myself, I would get a little scared. Like, oh fuck, yeah, because the codependency part. No, I don't need you, babe. I want you in my life. I don't need you in my life. We match energy. We take energy. So if you're so traumatized of your ex and my next tattoo, then go back to them. Go back to another person, but just to let you know you're gonna hurt people. Well, I was playing no, because now they remember if they're too empathetic wise, they'll give you their everything to you. They're all, and you do that kind of bullshit little joke, it hurts them. A lot of us were brainwashed to need people codependency. Yes, as kids you do to your parents, your caregivers, but not forever. Not forever. Yeah, remember this. People will pass away type of situation, but you was a kid, you became a teenager, a young adult, then you left the household. Now you're an adult, right? Trying to fucking go on this matrix and survive this shit. In the matrix, nobody can beat this shit. Not even the fucking elites. All you do is very simple. You maintain job, money, car, roof. That's all it is. Now you're maintaining. Don't matter if fucking McDonald's, a studio, or bucket little Honda. But as long as you, one being, and you're okay for yourself, then you're doing good for you. It's your fucking life. If your partner's toxic, yo, what are you choosing? What are you doing? The door is right there. A zillion people in the universe. The guilt, that's a downfall when you're again the nice girl. You're too empathetic, like I was, because you're like, I don't want to be mean, hurt their feelings, right? But look who you have by your side. You gotta babysit them. Don't say this, don't do that. What you're worried gonna cause problems and bullshit. Well, yeah, my body, my choice. Yeah, say that. My body, my choice. And when shit happens, what happened? What'd you expect? Fuck, especially in the ghetto hoods. And the ghetto hoods is queens that fucking say that corny ass line like, you're in the ghetto hoods, you know that, right? And this is fucking religious talk. That's why why do you have the ghetto hoods and the suburbs of all the universe, of all whole fucking earth, but keep all universes, same shit in aliens fucking world, same shit. I guarantee the same shit. It's segregated. All the ghetto hoods, religious talk, my tattoos for a reason, hell on earth, toxic relationships. All the suburbs, good areas, heaven on earth. Why do you think as you're driving when you're visiting wherever the fucking going to part of the universe? You can see from the slums to the fucking suburbs. It transitions so fast. Like, oh shit. Yeah. So it's that's why it costs more to live in the suburbs. Good areas. Less shit in the streets. The south side, the ghetto hoods, cheaper to live there, but at a cost, You definitely helped me get through, even thousands of miles away. I appreciate your wisdom and your growth. Hurt people. If you aren't healed, you're setting yourself for failure. And I think, Queen, let me respect to you 1,000. That's a cool thing about social media. That's the whole universe. Maybe locally you have no real support teams. Why am I speaking to you guys? Not because myself. Like, I'll give myself maybe like 30% credit. I had 10 light workers almost 5 years ago for 88 days on the cell phone. 4 locally, and then my boy 1 king and then 3 queens. They're more religious, And then the 3 Ebony Queens from, actually was 6, through IG and Facebook. I didn't know them. They were, I guess we followed each other. They reached out to me because that was my first live session. I was blaming myself for the breakup, everything. And they're like, yo, King, you can't take all the blame for the breakup. You know, you have kids. You can't have kids by yourself. You know, you could take, a majority, but I went on your platforms, I went on her platforms. Nah, you're both on a journey. What? You're both on a journey. You're both on a healing journey. Because if you're on a healing journey, I guarantee you have better conversations. It won't become as toxic. And I was like, what does that mean? They started elaborating. So that's why, I would give 70% credit to them. And as I was taught from them, I just pay it forward. That's all I do. Every day, but here's the best part. I don't have to be here. I've been doing this 5 years of my life. I was listening to my last dying breath. I don't have to be here. My tattoos, I don't have to get any more tattoos, but I'm going to. But they're just words. The idea is this year to finish all my tattoos. Finish my arms where it's bald. Add more words. My chest and my back, and that's it. After that, I'm done. Maybe my knees. Respectfully, when I say this, whatchamacallit, like, and it's a tricky subject, right? The reason why, as it being, I use words to trigger people because to trigger your feelings. That's the reason why to test your feelings, right? So about my son's birthday, which is coming, I think like April 29th, I believe. For me personally, 2-year anniversary since the breakup, since the car accident. So I might, we're 50-50 shot. I might do my knees to trigger who? All the zombies, addicts, and addiction. The ones that actually work on themselves. They're trying to detox. Once again, nothing wrong with casual marijuana, casual drinking. Like, cool, but if you're a heavy drinker, like, I need it, codependency, all the negative triggers and stuff, you run from yourself. I get it. I have no personal experience, but I comprehend the whole breakdown of it, right? The situation is like when you're high drunk and I get the concept, you want to go home. You don't feel too great. I get the concept, you want to go home. When I get my tattoos, like my brother's down, right? And they're like, drinking. They were drinking with my brothers and my cousins and shit. Family came down. Like, you drink, like, you want to, like, nah, I don't drink. I mean, my nephew's like, oh yeah, he only drinks with tattoos. Like, what? Yeah, my tattoos. That's the only time you see me drink. Ink therapy, I cheat. Everyone like, these hurt. I go, I cheat. I use Fireball. What? I use Fireball. I get buzzed like a champ, and I'm the body up, because my body's weak as fuck. And it stings, and the best, but the positive, just words. So if my boy does it, they're on there. There's no shade, no pretty pictures, nothing wrong with that pretty ink therapy, right? But I numb up, right? So my situation is, I get it. When anyone's too high to drunk, like, yo, it's a risk to get in the car and start driving. A major fucking risk. I'm still alive. 2 years ago, fucking 2 zombies, Paco and Taco, which, once again, it's an idea. It's not official yet. If I do decide to do it, I'll be on my knees. It's going to say Paco and Taco, 21, 20 years, and it says zombies. So when people see that, like, what do you have that for? Well, and let's say I'm talking to a person in the street, let's say in Seattle sees me and says that, well, tell them a little story. Paco and Taco were drunk, potentially behind some shit, they're wrong side of the freeway for half an hour, and we bounced off each other. Not almost a head-on collision, but lucky, I didn't freeze up or nothing, because I'm good overall for myself. And I avoided it the best as possible, but now, no broken bones, but I got bruised bones, my knees, my ankles, and my lower back, and it sucks, and my ankles. So now now my body's talking to me, and for the rest of my life. But here's the kicker: every time this pain kicks in, I want to say, oh, because I fell down. No, because of Paco and Taco, these zombies. But I'm still here to talk to you guys. That's it. I tell everybody, hey, work on yourself, and that's why I'm gonna tell them back to trigger the whole universe and say, squares should date squares, circles should date circles, zombies should date zombies. When people see that, what does that mean? Empathetic people, all you nice girls, stick to each other. You have a better fucking outcome. All you circles, all you bad boy, bad girl, phobic fuck girls, stick to each other. Toxic as fuck, but stick to each other. Don't fuck with the squares. And the zombies, all you zombies should date each other. Why? Don't fuck with squares, don't fuck with circles, because you're addicts stuck in addiction. You're not working on yourself. You're not doing rehab best as possible. If you do, you slip. That's a dilemma for everybody. I talk to many that go through that. And for one, they were cool. Rehab is good. You're working yourself. But here's your scenario. Breakups of deaths hurt you. When your family, friends, your best friend gets up and leaves because they don't want to deal with you anymore. That is their choice of free will. So when it gets to that point, what are you going to do? Go back to your fucking big drugs, alcohol, pills? Do all that. But then you want to say you want love, relationship, family, kids. How? Make that shit make sense, man. You don't know how to love your own self. That's everyone's flaw initially. You don't know how to love yourself. Because if you did, I promise you 1,000, you won't need people. You want people. You would walk away a long time ago. You would not stay there long as you're supposed to. I promise you that. Because you realize boundaries. You know all this that I'm talking about. That's when the men and women, the healing journey, more awaken woke journey, which is the last 2 journey, which is hard to get to. But if you have real support teams, I'm talking to you. They'll guide you. I promise you that healing journey is very, very painful. Because why? You fall back. You be alone. You got a real support. It's a lot easier with the real support because we'll try and guide you. Oh, shit out. Depression. I got it. You don't need drugs. You should want them. But if you want a relationship, well, they like me. Yeah. They could like you, but do you believe you're ready for a relationship? I'm here for you. I'll hold you and guide you. But remember this. You're hurt. Hurt people. That was not your intent, but you shall. Because your ex-exes, that traumas, insecurities, and you bring it back to present. And maybe vice versa on their side. And you think both of you can fix each other with the body by your side? You know, sorry, you can try, but I don't recommend it. I won't give up on you. I was you. You know, not as bad like that, but I was you. I know that feeling like fuck, because that's the codependency part. I need people, especially during the day. Here's the best part: during the day, everybody distract themselves with your people, social media, whatever you're doing. Right at nighttime, that's when it hits hard. Because why? Everyone has relationships. No matter if it's healthy or toxic, you don't have nobody by your side. No physical being. So now you're alone, right? My face tattoos, also my arms. Now you're alone. The loneliness kicks in. No physical being by your side. I know it's very hard to detox from that shit. Because what? It'd be nice to have a physical body by your side. Someone to lay with type of situation. But are you ready for it? Are they ready for it? That's the dilemma for everybody. Or if not, fucking be like 90 Day Fiance. Everything works out for fucking 90 days. 30, 60, 90 days and becomes toxic once again. Then what? And that's to say all the time, respect me. In this lifetime, how many bodies are you going through till you finally figure it out? Bodies, not 1 or 2, it's many bodies. Everyone's traumatized. We're all fucking raised incorrectly, which I believe, that's what I say. If you're raised correctly, are you in the healing journey? Can we have those conversations? You don't have to. I respect your boundaries. I know it's personal. Yeah, because it's personal, your life and your feelings and your beliefs. And once again, I say all the time, you don't have to. But the day your partner, a potential, asks you the same shit I just asked you, then what are you choosing? What are you doing? To become vulnerable or to stay quiet? Then what? And I remember, all the shit I'm saying, it's not kind of harsh and blunt, but I say respectfully. Like, I'm here for you. I was you. Like, you got to figure out what love is, and it starts with you, not nobody else. If you want true happiness, unconditional love, support, that found the new real support teams, it starts from the person mirror, you, first and foremost. I can add to it. Can you add to mine? Match energy, not take energy. And it becomes toxic. Are you ready for it? Are you ready for me to leave? Once again, I have 1,000 girlfriends. All of them can cheat, ghost. I'm not shedding tears. Nothing's wrong with the grieving journey. You can shed tears for a week, maybe a month. Months? Then you're more on the awakening journey, not woke. Because awaken woke, nah, we don't share tears like that. Like, people will come and go, respectfully. I'm planning on writing a book about my story. Maybe a podcast. Hey, man, hell yeah, this shit. Write your book. I recommend a podcast. Fuck yeah. Because once again, and I already told you, I say all the time, especially the queens. That's what people talking about my tattoos, especially in Seattle. Like, why don't you write, all these tattoos, why don't you write a book? Or, like, why is these words on you? I go, ready for it? Especially on social media nowadays. Women support women. Kids support kids. Everyone supports women and kids. Men do not support men. Excuse me, if a man talks about life like I do, raw real life, raw feelings, we get fucking Spanish culture. Tell me for a reason. They call me Mandilon. English, that means beta simp. Man, talking about feelings, so I'm a girl, I should wear a skirt. I give no fucks about those terms. I look at the Spanish culture a billion times. 99%, you can fucking go high, 99.9. High, almost 100% of the Spanish culture. Hispanic, Latino, Spaniards, 0. Can't do shit about life. None of these conversations, the God will be like, yo, don't bring God. Do not bring God at all, please. Because God ain't doing what you're doing, trust, So, that's why Hermana Queen, definitely do a podcast. Definitely do it. Go do your live sessions that you want to do it. But any Spanish say this, any woman that goes live, you don't believe me? Go on any platform. Go on any platform, any female live. Look how many people are in the box. Viewers. Hella, hundreds of thousands. Especially nowadays, OnlyFans, they offer less than shit. But respectfully, what are they talking about? What are they promoting? What are they encouraging? Allow them allow them to do nothing about life. Respectfully, I try to be the support of others. The live sessions, I'm just like, respectfully and Bigo, hella toxic as fuck. Hella toxic as fuck. And many of the apps. But once again, that is their choice, if you will. That's why me as a being, I just teach about feelings. Like a zillion people, kings, queens, a zillion people, and you're stressing about one. Why? And this is shit. Anyone, I'm going to tell my back, anyone can leave, man. Anyone can leave, anyone can cheat, anyone can ghost, anyone can break up with you, anyone can divorce you. Just to forewarn you. It's fear in a positive matter. How's it positive? Because I'm forewarning you. I'm letting you know you don't have to comprehend. For any apparent reason, they usually wake up, go to work. You know what? I'm not going home. Yes? And that's the forewarning. That is a forewarning. Every which way. And then when they do that to you, what will you do? Question your self-worth. If you gave your all, you gave your best, you did your best. Don't question. Easier said than done. I know when I say this, right? But trying to question your self-worth. If you did your best, you gave your all. Communication, comprehension. And when I say that, it's not all men, all women. For the most part, on the overall, a lot of you queens are more empathetic. You've been doing communication, comprehension, right? Because whatever you know you're talking about, you're doing both. Communication, comprehension. There's no thinking. Look at the way you speak. I'm like, maybe no. You know? If you know what you're talking about, you keep it 1,000. Keep it 100, you'll ponder on it, especially if you know what you're talking about, right? Us Medicaid boys more narcissistic because we're raised to talk about feelings. These conversations to our partners. We'll talk to the work wife. We won't talk to the housewife because we're not taught to have these conversations. So we're hearing you, queens. We're hearing you and we're listening to you. That's called what? Communication. We're not comprehending you. We don't have to comprehend. Remember this. Nobody has to comprehend nobody. But how many more times you have this conversation with your partner? Why do you think everyone big about the exact same subject for months, years, babies to be? Fucking same subjects. If you know what you're talking about, the queen's typically you know what you're talking about. Communication and comprehension. We're doing communication. And we're not comprehending you. That's why we say, yo, get over it. Same shit again. When I was saying with my ex-wives, the mother of boys, yo, if you're not bicker about any other new subject, don't mention shit at all. And she let me just stay quiet. Because she knows, but remember that I didn't know this. I thought, you know? Yes. Bigo's toxic. Oh, fuck yeah. Bigo's all toxic. Respectfully. Bunch of OnlyFans on there. Fucking nighttime. The freaks come out at night. Zombies and bullshit. A lot of drama. And they're begging for fucking beans. Like, that's pretty mind-blowing to me. I'm like, But once again, to each their own. Once again, I just go live for the universe to tell stories. Nothing more, nothing less. Because that's what I preach about. Raw real life, raw real feelings. Oh, here's the best part. I know I speak fast. I'm almost through. I'm very exhausted. I'm trying to speak a lot slower, so bear with me. Because when you've been speaking fast for majority of your life, and here's the best part, little small story. Initially, I didn't speak like this. I didn't. Hispanics, Mexican Americans, typically Chicanos were like speak a lot slower, more calmer, which I'm trying to do that. My first baby mom, Latina, East Coast Latina. Yeah, you know, East Coast talk, all that shit. Latinos speak hella fast. So that's a lot of people think, oh, you Puerto Rican, Dominican, like, nah. Cuban, negative. When I say, you know, Chicano, Mexican American, you go, what? I know, you think because of the way you speak, no. Respect before from the situation, you know? But I'm trying to slow down. I apologize. So bear with me, please. And that's the situation. Like, I'm trying to detox from that. Remember this. Narcissists, everybody mirrors everybody. If that's not true, when you have your friends, especially your partner, you never spoke like them. You didn't use a certain word. You didn't have an accent. East Coast words you hear to come out of my East Coast words. I've been my first baby mom's fucking for a year. I haven't seen her for like 13 years. Nothing against when I say this term. Telling me for a reason. So when it comes to kids, right? Anybody can become a mother and father. It takes two to make one. Pretty much common sense, right? So you're a mother and you're a father. A term, a title. Now are you a parent? Are you doing parenting? Deeper shit. What? If not, like my first baby mom, once again, nothing against her. She doesn't know this conversation. She's not doing co-parenting. My tattoo, she's a deadbeat mother. Nothing against her. She's not on the healing journey. She's on a journey. Because if she was on the healing journey, she would have been reached out. And, you know, she don't have to talk to me, really. She talk to our daughters. But that is her choice, if you will. I have nothing against her. That's why, as it be, I let go of my exes, my past pain, toxic love, trauma, child trauma. We're all raising correctly. All of us raising correctly. The other ones in the healing journey, if your parents are, and you know, fuck, like there's a king in here, Bigo, met him here, but he's on IG. His parents taught him, his grandmother taught him. The idea was to meet him this year. He's 20 years old. I was like, dude, you king, you're a beast, 20 years old, you speak hella good. But I forewarned him, hey, king, just to let you know you're marvelous. I see your IG, positive talk, you speak hella good, hella knowledgeable. For being 20, fuck, when I was your age, I couldn't teach shit about life. Other than religious talk, go to church, pray in God's hands. If people are mean to you, pray for them because of suffering. Be a good person, show respect. I can tell you that, but respect, that's good for you as one being. Remember that. I'm not knocking on religion, God. No, that's good for you as one being. But what about the people that fucking bully your ass? But for me, to keep it black and white, anybody that bullies anybody and do it, bullshit is bullshit. I'm cracking jokes, having fun, sure. But when you intentionally hurt somebody, don't call yourself a good person, religious person, spiritual person, atheist person. You're good for the streets. You're good for nothing but pseudo garbage. Respectfully, all that saying is tatting my back. Eventually, I'll make my shirts and hoodies, and it's to trigger all the bullies. And God can't do it for you, because if He could do it for you, God didn't wake up to be a bully. You did. God gave everybody, if you believe higher source, Allah, Buddha, whatever, free will and choice. What are you choosing? What are you doing? To be empathetic? The nice and nice to be narcissistic, the bad boy, bad girl, fuck boy, fuck girl. A premeditated choice. You can point the finger because my father, my mother, my ex, the devil told me to do. Say that. Say all your bullshit excuses. SOS, stuck and stupid. 1 + 1 = 3 wrong answers. Excuses. And life. When you tell the truth and accountability, you know what? I fucked up. Oh, there we go. You finally being a man or woman in the healing journey. You're not pointing the finger. Initially, everyone has the right to play victim, tell a sob story. Point the finger because you don't know this conversation. Yes, stare at you. Yes, it's all you. Yes, I get it. I comprehended. I was you. But here's the best part. Anyone that hurts you, they're on a journey. They're not on a healing journey at all. That's why you have to. This category is bad made, but that's why I keep it simple, black and white. Blue pillars, they're all on a journey. Eventually, it's right here, a journey. Red pillars, trying to do a tree of life, the tree of knowledge of our own personal feelings, own personal life. We're on a healing journey. There is a positive. So if you're on a healing journey, try to do the opposite track. Date people on the healing journey. Get to know them. If think is not knowing, especially you queens, you empathetic queens. Like, I see you so much, I look at them, just like, I get it, I was too empathetic. That's a downfall when you're too empathetic. What does that mean? You're on my tattoos, you're too nice, you're too gullible, you're too nice. You're called a people pleaser. You believe that you are the one. To form the universe, nobody, zero. Nobody is the one for nobody at all. We're just communication and we're messengers. The only one who can do comprehension is you as a being. I can't do your healing journey for you. I can't let go for you. What's the other terms, I can't do comprehension. I can't let go. I can't do the healing journey wise. None of that. I can't feel. I comprehend your feelings. I can elaborate. I have compassion for you. I can give you every option in this scenario. But here's the best part. After this conversation, face to face behind the screen, when you go your way and I go my way, when I go my way, I go home all alone. I love my oldest daughter, but basically I'm alone. No partner. 3 years now chilling. You go home, partner. How do you feel? That's the shit. People can make you feel good. These conversations, healing, which is beautiful, right? But the dilemma for everybody when you go home, let's say you have a partner and kids, a little family type of situation. Your partner's sleeping, all your kids are sleeping. It could be one kid and your fur babies. Everyone's sleeping in the household but you. Then what? It's just you. You're looking around like, fuck, everyone's dead asleep. Sleeping like fucking babies. My dumb ass here just chilling. Insomnia, thinking about everything. And no matter what I do, whatever, stay on the cell phone, fucking scroll all day, reel, I still can't go to sleep. Yeah, that insomnia shit, I don't miss. I haven't had that for almost 5 years now. I won't ever have that again. The only little stress I have is financial stress. I'm a single father, 8 kids. I got a whole colony type of situation. East of Washington, there is work, but my tattoos on the devil. And I'm exes, if you knew, and which everyone has the right to question me. Okay, if you knew that, then why do you have tattoos? Like I tell you, I love my tattoos. Black and white fucking words. They're just words. I respect. I say to everybody always that has tattoos. Yo, kings and queens, you have your tattoos. Get your images. Jesus, God, cool. But can your tattoos teach people about life? Respectfully, these are just words. Black and white words. And I go to Eastern Washington. I go. these white boys, brown boys, and red boys think I'm the fucking devil, and they're all religious, good people, but they can't teach shit about life. None of, I say respectfully to call half the state of Washington, Eastern Washington, zero boys. Even the girls can't do shit about life. Y'all go, all you just on a journey. You're not on the healing journey. God, if God can do for you, especially the brown culture, Hispanic and Spaniards, then why the fuck all you hadn't talked to ladies like I was? And you go to church for what reason? And he's a fuck boy. Here's the best part, which is for especially the queens. How are you dating a zombie, an accident addiction? Well, you to follow my kid. Who gives a fuck? Have you heard of co-parenting? Isn't it her? Yes, but here's the kicker. She's been toxic. And then when it gets all wasted, all that bullshit, the kids see that. How many more days, weeks, months, years you're gonna have that by your side and around your kids? Make that shit make sense. Traumatize your kids. That's what it's called. What? The generational cycle. And respectfully, that's don't be surprised when your kids become you. But the day that your kid wakes up and they're old, they're somewhat grown like teenagers, and you're an adult 40 plus and still fucking up, and you try to give your kid advice, yo, mom, dad, they call you out. How can you give me advice? Look at your age and you're still fucking up. I'm 20 years old. I'm 14 years old. I'm fresh. I could fuck up quite a bit. Yeah, why haven't you figured it out? What are you gonna do? Respect, get mad at them. Your parents can't talk to me like that. Respect your elders. That corny ass line, respect your elders, yes. Respect people if they respect you. Fuck all this age category. An 18-year-old has a maturity level of a 100-year-old. A 100-year-old has a maturity of an 18-year-old. The use the being, simple as that, That's the shit for everybody, you guys, because once again, I'm going to get off in a minute, because I'm tired, but play some clips. But once again, I just formed the university, don't stay in toxic relationships. A zillion fucking people, you're stressing about one. Why? Don't do it to yourself, man. And I know, if you want love, once again, black and white, if you want love, do you know what love is? Do you comprehend what love is? I promise you 1,000, if you knew what it was, you would not be in toxic relationships. I guarantee you that shit. You'll get up and walk away. And then when you see the energy shifting, then you open your mouth. You will not be scared to hurt people's feelings. Remember this, the truth will always hurt. Always hurt. Rest in peace on Bigo. Rest in peace. On Bigo, Munchie, Mariah, Munchie, Vivian Quintero. I think I'm saying her last name, Quintero, right? She passed away last year, a little bit before my son's birthday, And that's the shit, rest in peace. The cool thing about technology, remember it's a live podcast. So eventually if you go to my Twitch or go to my Facebook or Spotify, you'll hear me and hear people's voices. On YouTube, you'll see me, and you hear people talking. But remember this, you don't see anybody else on the platform. It's only people actually live on that platform. That's the cool thing about this. It's a live podcast. Eventually, I'm only one person, But the cool thing, once again, about technology, which I recommend to everybody, journaling is cool. It's a lot of writing. You can type all day. That's a lot of typing. I'm a keyboard warrior. I can do that shit all day. Easier than that, audio blogs, baby steps. And when you're ready to do video blogs, especially when you're in the healing journey, because the cool thing, watch yourself a year from now. I tell everybody, do that for yourself when you're ready to. Because then you're looking at yourself, like, remember this, nobody's a mind reader. A lot of lives, I'm doing good, I let my ex go, I feel good. Say that, verbalize it all you want. But then when you watch yourself, like, now I'm fucking lying to myself. Because verbally I'm saying I'm doing good, I'm blocking them, healing journey, no contact. Mentally, bond like a bitch. Like, fuck, man, I miss him so much and it sucks. I hate doing this shit. Like, yeah. But the positive, you're studying yourself because no one knows you better than you. I can observe, trust me, energy is easy. I can get anybody. That's what I tell everybody. No one's got to talk to nobody. It's true. It's all about energy. It's all about energy. And you observe people, right? I tell people, observe people and study people for who they really are. Instead of my eyes, my facial expressions, my tone of voice, my body language, the way I treat others, the way I treat myself. And then my environment, because I could be a good person, but I live in the ghetto hoods, right? Scenario, which I do. And then you see me in the streets with my peoples. You see me in the clubs. I'm a good person at home and individual. The downfall is my environment, my peoples. That's not a good environment, but then you want to get involved with me. Why? That shit fucking blows my fucking mind. And I get it, I was you guys. Especially in the ghetto hoods. All you know is toxic shit. That's when the day you get love, it's scary. Trust me, the day you get love, like, what? I can be myself. I can talk to the females if she's not getting mad. I can tell my people she's not getting mad. What the fuck? Like, it can be scary to you. So a lot of people that all they know is toxic love, they can handle that shit. They'll think that, and this is the downfall of overthinking. Like they say, saying this is too good to be true. Like, all my exes have been toxic, and now I finally got there, but I don't know, man. And you know, my message with you, right? Because that's the triggers and bullshit. And over things like, well, maybe, you know what? This is too good, but you, before they cheat on me, before they fuck around, let me cheat, let me ghost. And then what? Hurt people. That's not your intent, but it was. I mean, but you did, right? Then heal people. We heal people. We just got it from warning. Yo, just to let you know, don't do that. What? But they're just, they're boring. That's another thing. You're going to call it boring. What? What do you mean it's boring? Like, they don't do nothing. Like, my situation, I would call myself a boring individual on the overall. I'm a homebody. I really don't go out. Kids, co-parenting type of situation, sure, but I love to chill at the crib and that's it. You know, she wants to go for a walk, cool, let's go for a walk. But clubs, house parties, no, bars, that's not my lifestyle, respectfully. There's too much problems waiting to happen. Even in the suburbs. Suburbs are a lot better, but the ghetto hoods come to the suburbs. Like, for example, Seattle, downtown Seattle, all the clubs and bullshit. It's all these energies. You have square energies, positive energy, circles, negative energy, then you have zombies. That's the 3 categories that I created in one fucking building. And shit's about to happen. And then what? Wrong place, wrong time. Like, no, you're mixing 3 energies together. That's why you squares date with squares, and that's it. Chill with each other. You got a better outcome on the overall. And then they call you being snob. Me, they call you too. You think you're better than us. I'm like, when did I ever say that? No, I just don't deal with negativity. Simple as that. You can start your healing journey. You don't have to. And tip your triggers. And what does that mean? Work on yourself. Work on your feelings. If not, I'll call you out. To be codependent of everybody out there and everything. What do you mean? We all say the same shit. My parents make me feel good. The priest, my therapist, my best friend, social media makes me feel good. And then what else? Man, bullshit. When I get tattooed, when I party and kick it, I travel, yeah. So I'm going to get tattoo on my body to carry the fuck out. If people make you feel good, if man bullshit makes you feel good, why can't you make yourself feel good? Make that make sense. And the answer is because you're codependent. That's why. Why can't you don't know how to make yourself feel good? That's why you need people. You need things. And all we do in life is set these hurdles, these goals. You can set all the goals in life from 18 years old to 1,000 years old. Set all the fucking goals, and from how long will you be happy for? A second, a minute, like job-wise, 30 days, 60 days, like 90 fiancé, 90 fucking days. But before that, like I did many times, hell yeah, I love the job, I love the environment, they pay good, I get along with everybody because I'm a socialist. I'm extra, I can bullshit with anybody. And then the spark errands, and now what am I doing? I'm applying for other works. You might be like, why the fuck you always do that for? I go, I don't know. I know. I said I was gonna be there. Fuck no, I'm just bored. And there it is. The dopamine high. Fuck yeah, I'm good, and then it goes away. But here's the kicker. Why? My ex and I were toxic relationship. We're bumping heads all the time. You know, and that's not healthy because that's the one that discourages you. Once again, you can love your job, love the universe, cool, love the matrix, but then heaven and hell once again. Religious talk. You don't have to be religious. Once again, all the people that are too narrow-minded, they get offended. I'm atheist. It's just an idea, concept. You're going to hear the terms heaven and hell. You don't have to, no one has to believe in shit at all. You can be, I don't care what you believe in, respect people. It's just a little story, analogy, metaphor. If you're too narrow-minded, keep scrolling, going with your day. But I keep it simple, black and white. When you get in your car, right, and you're driving home, how do you feel? Do you love going home or do you hate going home? If you hate going home, then what are you doing? Happy birthday? Happy birthday, likewise. Whatchamacallit? You know, when you're trying to go home, you hate going home, right? Especially to your partner, because they got to deal with them. They're welcome to your dungeon, your sentence, and your hell on earth. If you love going home, right, then that's your peace, your temple, your order. You heaven on earth. You're not fucking dead. No one's got to die to go to heaven and hell. You live in this shit every day above ground. Tomorrow morning when you wake up, is it heaven or is it hell? Do you love your life? Do you hate your life? Do you love your 4 walls? Do you hate your 4 walls? aka home. Do you love your partner? Do you hate your partner? Dislike them. So if it's toxicity at home, because everything starts from home. That's the shit. The real, fuck all these madman wars. That's a bunch of weak ass elites. The fucking real war, you. Allow us, hate yourself, dislike yourself. You wake up, you can't even look at the person in the mirror. If you do, fuck that motherfucker. You're not satisfied with yourself. This body just an avatar. That's all it is. You're just borrowing this shit. That's all it is. So there's your first word, fuck the person in the mirror. And there's your toxic relationship. Verbally and mentally, you say fuck them. Man, they're sleeping. They're sleeping still. And you say verbally, mentally, fuck them. Like, damn, I'm still doing this shit. Welcome to your fucking, like my own version of myself. Welcome to hell on earth. I'm not dead. And that's the shit. No one's got that heaven and hell. And we explain it to the religious people, like, don't be too codependent of religion like that, because then you're like, well, you can do good all you want. You can treat everybody good, but when they mistreat you, cool, then don't realize boundaries. Sit there and get verbally, physically abused, all that shit, because God, when you die, you're going to go to heaven. The 50-50 shot, you do, you don't. But you can make your heaven and hell as you speak, man. That's the shit for everybody. As you speak. Especially when it comes to toxic relationships. Stop being toxicity. And remember, this man says, you're not the one. Nobody's the one for nobody at all. The only person that can't finish save you, once again, is you, the person mirror. All we can do for each other is what? Heal, guide, support, uplift, forewarn, show my love to each other. We could do that for everybody. But then I go home, you go home. If I'm happy, you love the universe every which way, I'm blessed, and you're not. And face to face, you was happy and blessed, but then you get in your car, fuck. You know, I have nobody at home. There it is. But we were just talking a minute ago, cracking jokes and bullshit. You felt hella good elaborating religious, spiritual, beautiful deep conversation. But once again, I preach about doors. You get in your door, in your car, and now you're sound depressed. We was doing good a minute ago. Why? That's the shit. That's why this depression shit whoops your ass, anxiety, all this shit. But once again, nothing wrong with religion, God, except the Bible. The Bible's cool, once again. But when I say this, I don't go too deep in the mind-wise. So what I recommend to everybody, I'm not saying become a Buddhist. That is your choice if you will. I rock with Buddha for sure because, you know, he's a beast. He preaches about mind and body. If you go on Spotify, he's also on YouTube, type in Buddhist teachings, and then his name's Tati Tim. He's a beast. Fucking, he's our generation. He's older than I think I'm 44. He's like, cosmetic looking wise, I'm assuming he's like 55, 60-ish, right? And I even talked to him a little bit through Messenger. You know, small, hey King, you know, like, are you born raised a Buddhist? Who taught you this? So he basically said, he broke it down. He's like, I'm born raised a Buddhist. I didn't really study Buddha until I was 40. I've been doing it for 10 years now. I was like, hey King, don't stop what you're doing, man. You're doing hella good. He got my attention. I go, Buddha's a beast. All I preached about was mind and body, and Buddha started doing his beliefs and hit on what I'm saying. I started at 39. Buddha started at 35. And he taught his beliefs for 40 years. So me, I'm like, not raising no competition against Buddha-wise, but I'm trying to live 100 plus. Tell the same story every day about ground. Because while everyone's preaching about religious, spiritual, nothing's wrong with that. I preach about when you go home, especially your partners you love, quote unquote, but it's toxic. That's what I preach about. Well, that's my point being. Respectful, beautiful, it doesn't matter. Good looking, you're beautiful. Toxicity. So why do you have the devil by your side? Why do you have Lucifer? You know, you're positive, they're negative. You're whatever term you want to use, 10 on my body. That's all it is. Positive, negative. So why don't you vibe with somebody that's positive as possible? Yeah, better outcome. Or do you want to keep still doing the opposite trap? Because why? The downfall, you're too pathetic. You want to become their mother, father, probation, because you want to mold them to be a better person. Stop trying to change and fix people. You can't. Nobody can. You can save them physically. Yes, you can. I'm a single 5 kids. I can save all my kids physically. I cannot save them emotionally, mentally, spiritual beings. They're unique to their own beings, but I can tell them stories. I can tell them all this. And we'll speak to all of them and everyone that's young out there. Relationships, what? Relationships will make you, break you, destroy you. Just to forewarn you. You have the best job, whatever the fuck you do in the life. Social media, I don't give a fuck. A zillion followers, OnlyFans, all this shit. But then you get toxic by your side. It takes all your energy and shit. Then what? But I might, hey, king, queen, you're beautiful, badass body, $1 zillion, all this shit, badass Bugatti. But look at that. All the man shit's not shedding tears, and they're not sad. You're sad. You're shedding tears. Why? The door's right there. Leave, but I don't mean I feel like I'm giving up on them. Well, they gave up on yourself, on you guys a long time ago. You gave up on you a very long time ago. You should have been leaving. But don't worry. I was you. I know make it sound easy. So you can stay there. I will not give up on you. You can be with him or her for another 5 years, 10 years. But I remind you, I throw fear in a positive matter. Excuse me. You know, let's say they're together for 2 years. Are you ready to do 12 years? What? No. You say no now. I did that with my first baby moms. 12 years too fucking long till I finally got up and left. 12 years of toxicity. But here's the kicker. I had no real support team. Nobody, none of my family, nothing against them because they don't know this conversation. That's why all of them are still stuck on what? That term. The generational cycle. I barely started speaking like this at my tattoo, 39. But it's not ever too late. But I promise you 1,000, when we start the healing journey, everyone says the same shit. Don't matter if you're 25 years old and you're ready to start the healing journey. You're going to say the same shit like everyone does. I wish I was younger. You know, if someone would have taught me this, I wish does not exist. If does not exist, don't waste your energy on those feelings. Because in your head, you overthink and all night, it's already over. That's the past has been written. Just observe it. But we can do it as I was taught. Pay it forward to the universe. Teach the younger generation. Teach anybody. Yo, let me teach you about the healing journey. You have to comprehend this. As you're patient enough, open-minded enough. Just sit there and listen. You don't have to comprehend anything. You can call me crazy. But once again, and that's better choice and free will. The Forewarn whole universe. When you start the healing journey, you're going to want to help others. Remember, there's nobody has to comprehend you at all to forewarn you. You know they're about to be in a toxic relationship that, they're about to get destroyed like you did. Originate yourself. You know that. Energy, you're, oh shit, yeah, all the red flags, right? Now you see it, observe it. They don't. Just be supportive. Like I tell you, yo, maybe a low-key have no real support team. I'm always in your pocket, 24/7, 365. Please don't feel alone. We're blessed with technology. And my sister Negative jumped on a minute ago. She's on my Facebook site. I met her on Bigo. And she's like, it's good to see your face. She's like 1,000 miles away. And we can still talk. Yeah, technology. Fuck it. That's why I have my time. Use the phone correctly, not incorrectly. What's incorrectly? I love my girlfriend, right? But we're bumping heads, so I'm emotionally cheating. Going through the DMs. IG, the best cheating app in the universe, Snap and shit. All that shit. I got the work wife. Nowadays, you can have wives everywhere. Because what does everybody do in toxic relationships? Everyone plays the role of victim to soft story. Boo-hoo me. My partner, we're bumping heads, right? So you got the housewife, house husband, work wife, work husband. You got work wives, work husbands everywhere. Starbucks wives, club wives, hair wives. You got fucking, they're everywhere. Because you just sit there and you fucking spill your guts. And then if they're too empathetic, they think maybe I'm the one that could be for them. I can offer more love. And I call it the if lines. They might drop that line on you. Because you become vulnerable. You catch feelings, eye connection, physical touch, hugs, all this bullshit. And if you was me, I'll give you love. If you was me, TLC, whatever the fuck your partner's not doing, they'll say to do it. Plus some. And when they offer it, throw it on the table. What are you choosing? What are you doing? To cheat or not to cheat? You know? That's the shit for everybody, man. But once again, if it gets to that point and your partner cheats, what are you choosing? What are you doing? To get my chance or no chance? I don't recommend it, but that is your choice if you will. Because remember that saying, once a cheater, always a cheater, once a player, always a player. With you, that's factual. The idea that you be selfish in a positive manner, you choose to walk away. And the idea that they fall back, start their healing journey because they don't, more likely they'll cheat the next person. If you talk to exes, all their exes, oh yeah, he cheated on me. I wonder why. That's the shit. That's when it gets to that point. As a being, what are you doing? What are you choosing?
Meeting someone at the wrong time. This is the truth about meeting someone at the wrong time. Bad timing destroys even the best relationships. When our feelings are hurt, we miss warning signs because we want love so badly. We think we love someone when we're really just lonely. Relationships can't stand straight when built on one person's pain. Two broken people can't fix each other. When someone's still hurt from their past, it throws new relationships off balance. Instead of two complete people connecting, it becomes a way to patch up emotional emptiness. Starting a relationship while you're still healing can prevent you from experiencing the better relationship you might have had if you'd met when both of you were emotionally ready.
That's just facts, man. We just know that, yeah, a lot of me, at the wrong time, quote unquote, but boys and girls are on a journey that they think they're the one for somebody because you just heard they're going through a breakup, toxic relationship. You want to get involved, and now you're doing entanglement. You never thought you would cheat. You never thought you'd involve with somebody else while they're in a relationship, and now you're doing it, right? That's, once again, you're just on a journey. You don't know this conversation. No one, elaborate. Once again, born as a Catholic, nothing wrong with church and the Bible, but they don't talk about this for the most part, If you have a good pastor or anyone in the church-wise that can elaborate this, they don't know. Read the Bible, A for effort, but once again, how can you catch feelings for somebody that's still involved in a relationship? And then you can be a good person, a religious person, a spiritual person, an atheist person, and you get involved. Knowing, that's the shit. Men and women, the healing journey, nah, we observe, like, nope, queen, like, once again, no best, planning with eye control, I can have thousands of options out there, but respect a lot of queens out there still in toxic relationships, or they're on a journey, or they're very starting the healing journey. That's why if you're more in the waking woke journey, you verbalize boundaries. Check it out. Just to let you know, my energy is more than yours, respect way. It's not really the competition, but you potentially, by getting involved, you probably hurt your own feelings. Especially my situation with my tattoos, it'll probably trigger you. If these petty words trigger you, to forewarn you, why do you want to be with me? Just I make you feel good. These conversations, yeah, just keep it platonic, Because if and I respect your boundaries. You have your own traumas and triggers. We'll talk about it, and but it's not forced upon at all. But remember this: when I'm sleeping, and you see my tattoos, any tattoo triggers you, and I'm sleeping. Now your night goes to shit. Now you're mad and bitter. And you get hateful type of situation because of words, and these words have no feelings at all. You and I do, but once again, I was you. Now these words, these are my scars, healed. I let all this shit go. If you're still healing, the father still cuts and wounds. They're not healed yet. It's a triggering subject. That's what I'm saying. As a being, that's what I do with potential to be, to forewarn them, just to let you know. This is what I said of myself. I don't hold back. I keep it 1,000 round real. Like if your father, your ex, your kid triggers you and ruins your day, and when we're a couple, quote unquote, and when you come home, I can tell you your shit based on what you, why you sad, why you mad, and you look at me, and I respect you, but you don't have to talk to me, right? But here's the kicker. So every time someone triggers you, right? Not I worked on myself. So you're gonna crucify me, the crown of Jesus, and I'm gonna get crucified and do shit to you. Now you shut down and you don't talk to me for whatever because you need your space 5, 10, 20 days from now. And so that means every time that happens to you, an outside source does, takes your energy, I get crucified. Our relationship becomes toxic. But once again, to forewarn you, I will give you your space, whatever, 5, 10 days. But just to let you know, my life does not stop because you're down. I asked you good, you want to talk? You said no, you're in the mood. Cool, respect. Sounds good, I respect you. But before I met you, I had my own life. So I still do my live sessions, my one-on-ones. I go my life. I'm doing whatever I'm doing before I met you. And if you get your feelings about it and think, oh, well, I don't love you, care about you. Like, no, you wanted your space, I gave you your space. You're the one that's shutting down and pushing me away. I didn't do shit to you. So, once again, but if you want to pay the role of it and tell a sob story, go on social, tell people locally, go on social media, say, I don't love you. Say that, hurt my feelings. When you make that, just to forewarn you, make that post on social media, in your comments, in your DMs, you're going to have straight gay trans after you. So what are you choosing? What are you doing, That's where the intent is to work on yourself. But once again, if you're on a journey, this is all Japanese to you. If you're in the healing journey, you're trying to feel those feelings. And that's the shit. It'd be nice to have a partner by your side as long as you're healthy for yourself first and foremost, and they're healthy. Because if you want a healthy monogamous relationship or poly open, whatever the fuck you're into, talk about everything before you get involved. If you can't handle one person's feelings, you want to do poly open benefits, how can you handle 2 plus more people's feelings? Or will you just fucking run away from everybody? That's just your choice. Body hop all the fuck you want. Someone's sad, running. Next body. I want to deal with people that's happy. Do that. I just observe and just enjoy the show. Okay, cool. All you guys are broken. I pray for you. And that's a triggering word. What? Everyone in this, she's broken. My face tattoos. We'll have a broken heart, toxic love. We're all numb. Initially, we started, a full heart, full love. Initially, it was kids, like little kids, middle schoolers, until you get your first little puppy relationship. Now, sadness kicks in, depression, suicidal thoughts, questioning your self-worth, fucking bullshit competition against each other over one person. Fucking mind-blowing, and that's everybody. Black and white, straight to the point. Other than your mind, ask any part of your body for advice to life. Any part of your body. Fucking crickets. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. How am I speaking? My mind is telling my mouth to say these words to come out of my mouth. My arm's not doing that. My chest's not doing it. My legs ain't doing that. It's my mind. Oh my gosh, life's so hard. So once again to that video. Hurt people, which I have tatted on me for you. I love that saying. Hurt people, heal people, heal people. And they'll be like, oh, you can't heal people. Only Jesus can do that. Everyone could be, part of God, which we're part of higher soul, whatever you believe in God, Allah, Buddha, right? But that's what the term spiritual talk, Christ consciousness. What do? I heal people. I tell stories. Hey, and that's what Buddha was doing. Buddha was a doctor, and when your mind's sad and depressed, whether bitter, hateful, the medicine is these conversations. He'd be like, hey, I'm not sad and depressed, but you're sad and depressed. So what caused your sadness and depression? I don't know. Well, Do you want to talk about it? You don't have to. But just to let you know, I respect your boundaries. Once again, not the terminology, but on the overall conversation, right? Then you can push me away, but there it is. So you're going to keep, then you don't want to work on your feelings. Cool, then keep being sick. What? And that's what you say. I'm the doctor, the medicine, this conversation. Let's figure out together who or what caused your sadness, depression. Because once you figure that is, cool, there's your trigger. My father says stupid. Every time I heard the stupid scenario, there's your trauma trigger. There it is. Your father said that. I know I heard, but here's the kicker. He didn't know this conversation. So you keep being mad at him if you want to, but how long will you be mad with your father? 20 years, 40 years, 60 years? That is your choice if you will, but y'all's gonna be sick. And that's the shit. Stress is a killer. Hell yeah, it is. The worst stress in the universe is toxic relationships every which way. Every which way, because if you think about them, it triggers you and it takes your energy. Your day goes to shit. You tell people, hey, don't say their name. Yeah, if they respect your boundaries, they don't have to. They're like, you're just a name, get over it. Like, well, to you, it's just a name. To them, nah. Maria and John, that's the ex's name, so they're still better behavior towards them. They got traumatized by them. And that's the shit. That's why, once again, as a being, I highly recommend, go to Spotify. Once again, Buddhist teachings, Tati Tim, he's a beast. He makes it so simple. I 1,000% for the most part, I comprehend everything and saying. I already told him, hey, I spoke to him 3 times on Facebook. You're a beast. I love the way you speak. The part about the mind, over the mind, I go, respectfully, that's not the spiritual universe, that's not my realm. I don't get involved with that. Like, cool, I know it's a body to avatar. I'm using it. My mind, which I preach, is tied to my body for a reason. My mind is strong titanium, or it's weak, but like a piece of paper. How so? Because you can feel good. That's awesome. Your mind tells you you're doing good, everything, right? But then just to forewarn you, these toxic, love, broken, codependent relationships destroy the fuck out of you. Now your mind becomes weak because one person in the whole universe saw your dream and it did you wrong. I know it's wrong and it sucks, right? But it's only one person. How many more to be? And that's the cool thing about Buddha. Once again, respect when I say this, respectfully. There are some people in the healing journey, for sure. More potential on the waking woke journey, which is my realm, right? My category I put myself into. 1% woke with the refuge judges of the universe, right? So, respect when I say this, right? Which is probably to a lot of people that I've observed so far, in my 44 years of life. The only people that can have like real deep conversations are Buddhists. Deadass, because mind and body. That's how Buddha just preached about, mind and body. Nothing else. He'd be like, you have your home, all this stuff, but you're still sad and depressed. Awesome. How's that working out for you? And when you hear the truth, it's gonna hurt. Like, what? Just like that? What do you want to do? Butter it up? Like, yeah, your home will not have stress about nothing. You will. So why are you stressing about whatever? And number one, how you doing? How's it going? And that's the shit for everybody. Like, what do you do with your feelings? Especially when you want love, relationship, families, and kids. If your relationship's toxic, why do you want to get involved with anybody? Deadass. Why do you want to have a kid or get married? That makes no sense. It's not going to work in your favor. And then your kids see you guys arguing all the time, beefing and shit. Then what are you doing with each other? And that's the shit for everybody. That's why I do co-parenting. I'm 4.5 years ago, well, going on 5 years basically. If I became a father, a man, an adult, I just preach about life and feelings. I want to ever be in toxicity. I want to ever go through all that talk. For what? That makes no sense at all. And whatever you claim to be, once again, religious, spiritual, nothing against that. But you're the being living this life, and you're in a toxic relationship, and you're sad, depressed. Why? The person you love is by your side, your 4 walls. You're not doing good. That's the shit. Don't do it to yourself at all as a being, Which I don't recommend. Once again, that's your choice if you will, for everybody out there. Especially the queens. Once again, I'm not saying all women, all men, no. On the overall, a lot of women, for the most part, are empathetic. They're potentially in a healing journey, their own type of healing journey. Maybe they have real support teams. But me, personally-wise, I'm not here for the boys. I'm here for all the queens, all the girls, women, single mothers. Because I already know on the overall, you potentially want love. The downfall, a lot of us don't comprehend what love is. Because if you knew what it was, you would not be in a toxic relationship again and again and again. You would not give the people, these boys, fucking chances. Chances upon chances upon chances. I promise you wouldn't. And me, here's the best part. I ain't going in a minute because I have to leave Seattle like 5 hours from now. But scenario, right? I do my one-on-ones. I've heard respect say these conversations, pretty much a broken record. Because especially when I preach about relationships, right? That's what I focus on my energy on, because you're exotic, money, power, and fame, but look who you have by your side, who you're accepting by your side. And everyone sees with, like, especially people in the healing jail, like, yo, they're going through a lot of shit. They've been there for quite a while. It sucks. And we see it. Now that I worked on myself, hell yeah. We see featured in a positive manner. Like, you're going to be there for years to be. And that's why I triggered the Queens, the one-on-ones, just to let you know, like, how long you been together? 5 years. Well, to be fair in you ready to do, 12 in total, another 7 years? Like, no. You can say, fuck no. I said the same thing. But remember this, I have no real support team. No one elaborated. And I'm here for you. But remember, there's time that's not for nobody at all. There's man-made time. So you're ready to do another 7 years? And then you say, no, cool. A year from now, I'll ask you the same question. Hey, it's been a year. Still in a touch relationship, right? You got 6 more years. You ready for that? No. I'll ask you again. And so on and so on. And it's going to trigger them. It's you bully them in a positive manner. Because you just forewarn them, look at this. I'm telling you, time does not stop for nobody, I'm here for you. I know it's easier said than done. To get up and leave just like that, I know, trust me, the guilt, I feel wrong. Especially when kids are involved. That's why I fall in the universe. If your relationship's toxic, do you really believe that having a kid, getting married will make it better? It'll do band-aids. Kids are a blessing, also a lesson. Because when we say this, it's going to be a lot of pressure. Y'all already bumping heads as it is. You want to be a little one in the mix. And marriage nowadays, marriage it's just a title. It's it's whatever. Honestly, there were countries for the most part you could do marriage, with a downfall. There's a lot of queens even then not knowing this conversation, the healing journey. They sell themselves dreams and their toxic relationships. Their fucking husbands are fuck boys. The Spanish cultures and many cultures too. The brown boys 80% my number to put friend all universes. All you queens behind the screen. If you're not part of the Spanish culture, Hispanic, then Spaniards, just to tell you, for you don't have to comprehend, to put fear in you, 80% brown boys like myself are fuck boys. They're hard workers, they don't work hard relationships, and they go to church, talk about God, etc. Doesn't matter, actions beyond the words. 80% high number. Don't fall for the credit porque hablo español, it's just the fucking language. And the culture, it's irrelevant. It doesn't make me a better person at all. I speak Spanish. It's a fucking language. It doesn't make me better as a person. Actions beyond the words. Every which way. To the whole new universe. Don't allow people to sell you dreams. And once again, when they sell you dreams, what are you choosing? What are you doing? Pray to God, Allah, Buddha, the universe, the spiritual universe, your ancestors, all you want. None of them upstairs, right? The higher source are in toxic relationships. You are. The question is for how much for longer, And I say respectfully. Once again, let me play real fast a little bit clip of Tati Tim. You gotta scope him out. So, I'll play maybe 2 minutes of it. So you gotta scope him out.
To the entire universe. This consciousness is the deepest level of consciousness without us knowing. This is like the most subtle, deepest level of energy. Okay, that is it's a different kind of energy. It's like we can call it a mind energy. It's not a material energy. So this level of consciousness, the Avankachita, keep us going from one moment to the next. Boom, 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 boom. But it goes very fast. Okay. So at the end of the physical life, okay, at the very end, okay, it's called the death chitta, okay, the final chitta of this physical body, boom, and then the next chitta come. It's the next life, right? Because it just doesn't stop. The final chitta, the death chitta, it just doesn't stop. Why is that? It is because of desire. We all human beings.
And that's Tati Tim. I love the way he speaks. He's a beast. But once again, I'm saying becoming Buddhist. That is your choice if you will. Me, I'm gonna start buying some Buddha gear. So for example, when I wear this shirts, this is for third eye, etc. Wise, the spiritual universe. I know of it. Respectfully, it's not my realm. I don't comprehend. It's not my gift. That's why, as it being, I say, I do communication. I'm very patient, open-minded enough to hear what you're saying, but whatever you was taught, whatever you believe is, which is beautiful. Nothing against that, right? But I'm the one to remind you, because I'm 3D. Hey, when you go home, there's your problem. Well, you don't see it. I forewarn you. I was you. Everything else is beautiful. You just said the universe, God, Buddha, whatever, right? But then when you go home and you just told me you just got a better job, whatever you just did, man, mate, I'm happy for you. But the dilemma, you're home. You're positive energy. They're negative energy. No matter what you achieve in life, because of them, they'll take your energy. And then if it's too narcissistic wise, they won't be happy that you're doing better than them. They don't want to see you happy. What are you happy about? What are you smiling about? I used to be in those talks to Love Broken Codependent Relationships. I don't miss none of that bullshit. I won't ever deal with that. The intent in a real relationship, healthy relationship, monogamous, whatever, or probably whatever you're into, is teamwork. TEAM. Us. You know, if it's TEIAM, it becomes wars and competitions. How can you say you love your partner? If you're a competition in a positive manner, that's what y'all do, cool. That's your love language. Cool. In a positive manner, now we're, race competition, all that corny bullshit, then that's drama. And no matter what you do, hey, what's up, how you doing? No matter what you do, you're not happy. There's them people in the whole universe, and look who you have by your side. Make that shit make sense. Don't do it to yourself, especially queens. Stop doing it to yourself. You're not the one. You can pray, but manifest that God, Allah, Buddha will change their ways. Say it all you want, respectfully. God's like, hey, I gave you free one choice. I gave him the same shit to him. You can leave, he can leave, but you both stay there. Stay there. Destroy each other. And that's the shit. That's what I'm saying. If, was God in a toxic relationship, but not very much. He wants you to leave, but will you leave? For everybody out there, man. That's the shit. Black and white. And once again, or as a Catholic, if you believe God can do it for you, keep saying that. Keep saying that. Keep believing that. And that is your idea and belief like mine was. But how can you say that, quote unquote, you still by your side, and they haven't changed? It's been a week, a month, a year, 2 years, babies in. How's that working out for you? Respectfully. And I know, a triggering subject. I'm not knocking on your beliefs, but I'm forewarning you. The door's right there. For everyone in the whole universe, man. It's right there for everybody. You can leave whenever you want to. Don't feel guilty. I promise you that.
You feel stuck because you've been performing your whole life. You created a version of yourself designed to please others. Parents, friends, partners, society. Being who they wanted earned you approval, kept you safe, made life smoother. So you learned to adapt. You swallowed your real thoughts. You ignored your instincts. You built a life that looks right from the outside, but never quite felt like yours. The problem? When you constantly shape yourself around others' expectations, you lose touch with who you actually are. Your real voice gets buried under layers of people-pleasing. That empty feeling isn't because you're lost. It's because you're disconnected from yourself. You've gotten so good at being what everyone else needs that you've forgotten what you need. The way forward isn't through more performance. It's through honesty with yourself first. What do you actually want? What parts of your life are authentic and which ones are just for show? Freedom starts when you stop living to make everyone else comfortable.
Sorry, guys. Someone's trying to call. But anyways, don't be a people pleaser. That's the shit downfall when you're a people pleaser. Like I was for fucking like 30 years of my life. Make everybody happy. Okay, it makes you feel good. Welcome to be a people pleaser. You can destroy yourself. You lose yourself every which way. You want to pick everybody up and down because you think you're fucking Superman, that you're the one. You can make them feel good, right? And then they take your energy and then you feel like shit and they're not there for you. But you're there for the whole fuck universe. Fuck all that. I won't ever do that. For what? It's my life. What I say, what I preach about, be selfish in a positive manner, which without being selfish, it's wrong to sin the fuck it is. If you don't got you, then who got you? Your parents, your family, your partners, your kids, social media, your job. Anyone can leave, anyone can cheat, anyone can ghost, anyone can pick up with you and divorce you. That is their choice and free will. Yes, it's shit. If you don't got you, then who got you, man? Stop being codependent people. Become dependent yourself. Nobody needs nobody. Kids, for now. You was a kid. You're a teenager. You're a young adult. You leave a household. You become an adult. You don't need nobody, man. You just don't know that yet. Codependency. That's why, you know, I'm going to tap my back because I'm doing my stuff. Working my back tattoo. On the left side, because I'm doing a cross tattoo to trigger all the religious people, because right now it's just words. Eventually I'll have an outline of a cross, so the people think, oh God. Well, you can say that, the term is there. What's up, Eric? How you doing, Queen? Which I'm gonna call it, but it's gonna say, you know, trombones equal soul ties equal twin flames equal addiction equal capital letters codependency. That's what it is. Trombones, codependent. I need them. Say that. I was you. I know it sucks. I gave my all. I know. Trust me. I know that feeling. You know, but here's the kicker. When you make decisions with your heart, feelings, empathy, sympathy, you will always find your face. Your mind is, which I believe, I say, your mind is what? It's love, it's comprehension. Your heart is toxic love and it's communication. And so these two are at war with each other, especially you queens. The door's right there. You know you should leave, right? But you don't because maybe tomorrow, maybe tomorrow, you know, he'll finally wake up. He'll love me like I love him. It's been 7 years deep. Kids and all. Okay, maybe tomorrow. Not the next day and the next day. Yeah. That's what everybody's face. How many more days, weeks, months, years, babies to be are you giving this individual? Respectfully, you know? And that's the shit. But once again, yeah, I go respectfully. Tell people like, you know, if no one taught you this, initially you can be hard on yourself initially. But remember this. All your family for all these years, no one taught you this. Then cool. They didn't know this at all. You know, they're on a journey. You're on a healing journey. Now you're trying to de-dump codependency, break the generational cycle, which is a positive. You know, that's once again, my family, nothing against it, but none of them know this conversation. You know, God, I tell them, God, nothing's wrong with God. Religion, nothing's wrong with it. But look at the person you have by your side. You both go to church, and the priest knows your partner's a fuckboy, fuckgirl. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that shit. And you believe the church, God, do it? Like, yo, we got free one choice, man. Every day above ground. What are you choosing? What are you doing? To be empathetic, then ask a natural, to be narcissistic, a bad boy, bad girl, fuckboy, fuckgirl. A premeditated choice. Everyone could be a light switch. Today I'm an angel, tomorrow I'm the devil. Anybody could be like that. You know, it's because your feelings, if you can't control them, then what? If people either trigger you, then why you have the people around you? If you can't control your triggers, you'll become triggered. The devil comes out of you, and now you catch a case. The worst people you can control with your words is your partners, especially your kids. Yes, you can hurt other people's feelings, friends, family, but those relationships can be kindled a billion times, which happens all the time. But your partners and kids, especially your kids, that's really hard to do. To recover that, rekindle that, especially your kids, it's really hard to do. As a forewarning. You know, you don't have to comprehend that. I'm a single father of 8 kids, and I'm trying. You know, I tell my kids, like, hey, I'm talking to you about life now. You know, no one taught me this shit till 4.5 years ago. So now I just tell stories now. And that's why I want my kids to do better in life as far as for their mental health. Their healing journey started at a younger age, faster than I did. The younger the better, because I promise you will start being more positive for yourself, be something positive manner. Like, cool. I don't need people, please. Locally, I tell my kids all the time, shut up. Have you ever seen your dad with any friends, quote unquote? And they say, no. It's been 5 years, right? Yeah, that's your mother right there, right? Co-parenting. I don't have friends locally for the most part. I have associates. I go, but they're like, you do your podcast. Yeah, those are my social media family. That's my peoples right there. And they're just a side person behind the screen, you know? We just chop it up type of situation. So, I'm not saying I'm depressed. None of that stuff. I go, that's why I'm trying to hold your hand and guide you to see you overcome all this ahead of time. So you don't become me nor your mother. You know? And it's not ever too late. That's the shit for everybody. It's not ever too late. How you been, Erica?
Too late, yeah. I'm good, and you?
Good, tired but good. I'm about to go in a little while because I gotta wake up in 5 hours and start driving to Seattle to DoorDash.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. How's the job going?
Oh, it's going good. My car don't keep breaking down. That's a downfall of DoorDash. Like, you
Are you
know,
gonna be just fine?
yeah, no, it's lucky I work on my own cars, but even then, I remember this. I would drive 3 hours to go to work, and I stay in Seattle for about 4 to 5 days. See my car, all that good shit. And whatchamacallit.
But have you been taking it to the mechanic to see what's going on with it?
Oh, I'm the mechanic. I work on my own cars.
Oh, you're the mechanic? No, that's why I'm asking. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. No. It's. Remember this, like, everyday vehicles, normal use, right? It's like, but when you do like DoorDash, it's like especially if you drive a lot of hours like I do. I do like typically daily. I do like 12 to 15 to 18 hours a day. So that's a lot of up and down driving, stop and go. You know, so things will obviously break down and where faster than it's supposed to because you're not just driving to work, shut off, and sit up for so many hours at lunchtime. Yeah.
They usually have the belt. Could it be that?
Oh no, I did. I already did all that. It's just when you buy older vehicles and used vehicles from people that supposedly take care of the vehicles. Cause anyways, because they're just trying to sell it. Oh yeah, I took care of it. Bullshit. I bought it from a kid, a young kid. But it's cool. It's just maintenance. But
it gets you to from point A to point B, and it solves a lot. That's what matters.
for sure. That's why. You know, when the car's not breaking down, I'm making money. I was good. Like, plus, I love Seattle because like it's extroverted, especially Queens and Seattle and famous. Look at this. He can't. So when I wear my hoodie, I usually see my hands, my face, and my neck. Right. When I take the hoodie off because it's hot, it's gonna be hot this week. They be like, all the Queens all the time, like, man, you have a lot of tattoos. Like a lot of words. Like, yeah, just words and passages. What's it about? Robbery of life, robbery of feelings. Really.
I just hope it's not overheating for you because you know I have seen that cars overheat and then you have to put water in them.
Oh yeah, no, I don't have none of that issue. The cool thing, well, me, I love Hondas. I promote Hondas, so the Honda is the easiest car to work on. And in summertime, you can put like a colder thermostat, a colder fan switch, so it turns on faster. You want the AC, everything going, and then wintertime, you just pull it out and you put
That's another thing I was thinking about, the antifreeze that you can put for the air conditioner, because that happened to my sister's car too. So
yeah, it's just maintenance. Once again, I do my own stuff for the best part, which is cool, but if the downfall of the car is down, I can't make money. You know, but it's cool. I have another vehicle. I have to fix that one to rotate it.
I'm like trying to figure it out. I'm like, yeah, it could be any of those things.
Oh yeah, it's cool. I tell you, it's just maintenance. Like that's all it is. Part of the DoorDash world. You put a lot of pressure in your car and maintenance. You gotta have the money for it. If you can work on your own car, it's a lot better. And on top of that, it's a lot of patience. You know, people can't drive. When I say this, it's mind blowing to me for the people that live in the big city like Seattle, that's a busy life, fast life, and they don't know how to drive. Like they drive like grandmas and grandpas, and you know they don't know the rules. I'm just like, how do y'all live up here? Deadass, how do y'all live up here? You know, but whatchamacallit, freak it up. But yeah, it's good. It's good on overall. I tell you, I love the conversations. I hear the queens all the time like. That's saying, you know, don't judge a book by its cover, right? And I'd be like, because there's a queen, she saw me right there, like, last week.
Never judge a book by its cover.
Which is okay, no, I tell you, queen, you can judge me. You know, hey, what's up, primo? How's it going? Oh, you can judge me, you know? It doesn't hurt my feelings. I go, judging people that actually like communication. It's like, what? I go, you know, that doesn't nobody. Like, for example, we're talking and vibing, right? But here's the kicker, like, if you see me, just observe people, study people. Really? Like, yeah, study my eyes, my facial expressions. My tone of voice, my energy, my body language, the way I treat others and treat myself. And then my environment. And she's like, man, you speak some good shit. I'm like, I just preach about life now. I worked on myself almost 5 years now, really. So that's what your tattoos are about. It's just black and white. I go, choose a word. And she's like, looking, where do you want to start? Just grab whatever word is, paragraph, this passage you want to go from there with. And she's like, I guess I won't ever judge. You know, queen, remember this. Judging is okay. You're just observing them to study them. You don't have to talk to nobody. It's energy. You know, she's like, you know, that's how you have the tattoos. It's an attention getter. I go, typically boys think I'm the devil. You queens think of, especially here in Seattle, y'all on the north side, y'all in the healing journey. You know about these conversations. That's what we're sharing and talking about. Here's the best part. I'm here doing DoorDash and you're an employee. I'm just picking up the food and that's it. Now we're talking about life. And the only reason why we're talking about life, because my tattoos. Not because if I have none of these tattoos, I'm doing DoorDash and picking up the food high and by with. I'll be common courtesy. How you doing, man? How's work? What I do with anybody, but nothing about life. Because why? I didn't have any of this. You know, only if you're, they say you're having a bad day. Oh, cool, we'll talk about it. You know, better than that, common courtesy. I go my day, go my life type of situation. You know, she's like,
yeah, pretty much.
You're smart. I'm like, you can call me smart. I just did it for the attention in a positive manner. It's not my validation. It's not, no, just to get your attention. They're just petty ass words. It's the best part. They're just words, and the best part, these words have no feelings. And she was like, what do you mean by that? Stress won't ever about stress. Depression won't ever depression. Breakups don't ever breakups. And so on and so on. She's like, damn, I've never heard that in my life. A lot of people don't speak like that. That's why the people in the healing journey, we're trying to dissect the universe and make your life, well, at least I am, to make life easier for everybody. Like Buddha, that's why I preach about Buddha. He's a beast. Mind and body. That's what I preach is about, mind and body, nothing else. Nothing else at all. Because that's what I preach about, like, other than your mind, ask any part of your body for advice to life. Crickets. Now go to your home, other than the AI, Alexa, Siri, Google, etc. wise, ask any part of your home for advice to life. Fucking crickets. You can have like positive messages on the wall, right? And it said whatever it says, like, you know, every day above ground is a good day. It's a positive saying, but none of those words were about nothing because it has no feelings at all.
Just about having a positive mindset and having more compassionate outlook on life. That's what people lack on nowadays.
It's
Boils down to.
right. Well, for sure. If they're on a journey, they don't know this conversation. They're not trying to feel the feelings, so they numb their feelings up with man-made bullshit. I'll get a better car, jobs, other partner, do all that shit. But in the night, where your partner's sleeping or sleeping, you're still sounding depressed. You have insomnia, and your fucking mind doesn't stop. I don't miss none of that bullshit. Every time I think about my old version of myself, I'm like, fuck, I would think about everything.
Yeah.
All fucking night, and then when you want to go to sleep, the fucking alarm goes off, and you gotta go to work. I slept for like 2 hours. Like, and then you're a zombie all day at work, like, fuck, you know, like this, like, when will I go to sleep? You know, I don't miss that shit. Like, right now I'm tired, but when I go to sleep, I die. I fucking get comfortable, and then wake up and just go on my day. You know, it's the best feeling to have when you just love yourself and you're at peace with yourself. No more toxicity, no more drama, no bullshit. You don't deal with bullshit, you won't. And that's why the part, like, I speak differently, whereas we're like, people like me, I like to bully bullies. You talk your shit, like, yo, like, if you got the words, don't open your mouth. I'll traumatize you. I promise you I will. Here's the best part. These words are in the conversation. If I don't know you, I'm a nobody to you, then in your match, in your head, I will add a door of pain. Face to face behind the screen. And every time you wake up, fuck that guy with tattoos. I wake up, I pray for the universe, I go my day, go my life. I don't think about you, respectfully. But why do you waste your energy on me? Because the truth hurts. Love it. If you're fucking up, you're fucking up. When you hear someone tell you you're fucking up, like, what? You're fucking up pretty bad, man. You're not doing good. You're hurting people. And maybe they believe they are doing good. Like, well, you can say that, but just to let you know. And from there, wise, you know, it triggers their energy. It takes it from them. But that, once again, but it all comes back to you as one individual. Everyone just communication while messengers. No one has to believe nobody. No one has to comprehend nobody at all. But once again, every comes to your partners and shit. When it comes to potential partner by your side, are you happy or sad? If you're not happy there, then what are you doing there? Or you pray, hope manifest that tomorrow be a better day. The whole week be a fuck. How much for longer, man? That's the shit for everybody. Look around you, a zillion people, but even then, you can go body hop on all the fuck you want. Everyone's traumatized. Everyone, if they're on the healing journey, they don't know this conversation. Hurt people. You can fucking be 90 fiance, have a zillion bodies, and then what? I'm bored. That's true, brother. Oh, what's up, Rock? How you doing? And once again, it's not about being right. Just for warning people all the time. Just like I don't miss that shit. Look around you, and then on top of that, you could be a badass individual. It's healing journey. I like Rage Jazz, but just to forewarn you, if you're in a positive manner, they can just get up and ghost you whenever they want to. And they don't have to talk to you. It'd be nice to talk, hey, I love you, but guess what? I can't do this no more. I thought I could do this. Everything was good. You did your part every which way. Just me, I don't know. What do you mean, I don't know? That's what I'm telling you. Or I can just ghost you, break up with you. You know, it's very much a breakup, but I'm telling you, I just can't do this no more. I thought I could do this. You know, and I tell people, it happens all the time in scenarios. Yeah, and then that's where you question your self-worth. Like, I tell people, don't question your self-worth, man. Try not to. Try to at all. Like, when you're in the healing, like, nah, I'm good. Like, I did my part. I gave my all. Communication, comprehension, it's over.
You don't ever question your self-worth.
Yeah.
You don't ever question your self-worth over an unhealed person. You don't do it.
Right.
Because I'm just freshly out of a relationship, and I'm healing, and it's taking me a fucking while to heal.
Day by day baby steps, Queen. That's the intent, because when the breakups happen, right, and it falls apart, the intent is to figure out, okay, why did it fall apart? What was the red flags? The intent is to observe all the red flags of your exes, all of them, right? And then comprehend them. So next potential to be when you see it, you realize boundaries. That's
The
why.
most fucking decent guy and turned out to be
Mhm.
worse than an asshole. I'd rather have an asshole and have a so-called, quote-unquote, fucking douchebag saying, I'm a really decent guy and I'm this, and that, and he turned out to be the opposite. I'm like, okay.
Well, see, here's the paper. Like you'll see on TikTok, it's a forewarn. It's remember a lot of anyone sees these messages. It's a 50-50 shot. So when someone for the most part brags about themselves, right? That's kind of red flag. That's the person like. Remember this, it's not factual. It's a 50-50 shot. So you have to take a leap of faith. Like I can say I'm a good person, healing you. I can say all that, God, Buddha, whatever, right? But actions beyond the words.
I confronted him because he was too much of a fucking flirt. There was a sun chick that came between us.
Mm-hmm.
And that was causing issues. We got along. We didn't have fucking issues until the bitch started trying to come between us. And then I started, since I have a really big ass heart, this is where she fucking failed. I'm a Leo. Leos are gentle giants. As they say, they think about themselves last. They'll think about anybody else first. She fucked up completely with me because I'm like, not with me. I'm humble in spirit. I'm nice. That's just my nature. And she didn't know. She continued. I'm like, okay, you're not going to get underneath my skin like you're trying to do because that's what she was doing.
Right.
And she's like, when I'll go silent, because that's the way I am, I'm naturally humble in spirit, she would take it the wrong way. I'm like, if I go silent, it's because I'm trying to avoid confronting you. And usually a humble spirit, even my mom could have told her, if my daughter is doing that, she's trying to avoid arguing with your ass. She's ignoring your ass. She's disregarding your ass. That's all it fucking means.
Right.
And since I'm humble, I can do that. And I felt like explaining to her, I'm still being nice to your sorry ass. I'm still trying to get you fucking lied to me and to him, saying you're that you need you're something. You're not a host. You don't have beans. You don't have fit. You don't have pictures up here. You don't have anything. And she's like, oh, I love him. I'm like, how do you fucking love him if you don't fucking know the guy? How do you love him and you see him talking to my ass, but you love him? You're in love with his ass. Make it make sense to me. You barely even know this man.
Right. Well, that's the part. Well, like if you can't control your feeling, like cool. Remember, there's like it's just word and phrases. Like someone says I love you, like it sounds good, like a compliment type of situation. But like,
no. That's what she kept saying. Oh, but I love him. I'm like, do you know you're talking to his fucking girlfriend?
right. Well, I have to say that.
And then she's like saying in front of me dirty jokes to him. I'm like, oh, really? So it comes to that now to the sexual shit.
Well, that's the intention part. If you're passing boundaries, that's the intention part. Like, okay, you get comfortable, and but the intent is your partner to realize boundaries. That's the thing for as a partner. Like, if you love your partner, quote unquote, like if someone flirts right, we entertain, or you realize boundaries. Like, hey, like just to let you know, to remind you, let's say if they know your relationship, just remind you that I have my girlfriend, I got my boyfriend. That you're passing boundaries type of situation. I love my partner, so you respect him, you respect us. If you don't keep doing this, then guess what? I just gotta squash it with you. Keep showing up from a distance. Or you're gonna entertain, flirt back. Now you're emotionally cheating. Everything's trouble with emotionally cheating. Huh? I'm sorry?
She learned real fast, because I knew I wouldn't speak. She said she has what did she say? She has a stick up her ass. I'm like, no, I don't. I don't have a stick up her ass. I'm just a really smart ass bitch that knows how to say to your ass, do you need any help? I'll give you the fucking help. Because I even offered her help. She wasn't even a fucking host. She lied about being a host on this. You can become a host here and work. She lied even about the sexual shit. So when she realized that I move in the fucking panels, like you see me here, and I thank God every day for you, because as I say it, and I'll say it to anybody, you came in a time in my life where I really needed it.
Oh,
this is why I say God puts angels in my way that, man, I know who are my angels. You're one of them and someone else there.
I think I just tell stories. Raw real life, raw real feelings.
Man, you don't get it. This is like a living testimony for me. At the time, I was like going through some major shit, and you came at my life at the point precisely. Like God put you right there. I had no way to pay in a therapist or anything.
Well, that's why I say like everyone just. Well, my belief is right. Higher source, whatever you believe in, Buddha, Allah, etc. We're just communication. We're all messengers.
That's what happened, and this is why I always give the credit to God.
Yeah, once again I tell people like maybe you have the gift of speaking to God, right? But some people, let's say a lot of us don't. But once again, like you said, people show up, especially when they're nobodies.
I don't mind. I respect all beliefs. But
Right,
that's how it happened.
Right. No, yeah, I'm saying like I just preach about that. We're just communication. We're all messengers. Nobody has to believe nobody. You have to comprehend nobody. But the cool thing along as a person's patient enough or mind enough, we get to sit and have a conversation. After that, I go my way, you go your way. The idea is that, you're working on yourself, the healing journey. If not, then you'll keep being all these the negative triggers. Still be sad, depressed, toxic relationships, question your self-worth. Like, when will my life get better? Well, it'll get better when you start doing the healing journey, working on yourself. Because nothing, you got $1 billion fucking dollars, and you're still sad and depressed. And the worst part is, a toxic ass relationship. Look who you go home to. And you both bitch about each other to the whole universe. Your parents, therapists, whoever the fuck it is. And everyone tell you the same shit, like, if y'all bitch about each other, then why don't y'all squash it? Why don't you move on? And it, easy said and done, I get it. I was that person. Trust. Like, it's the codependency part. What if I don't want to see with nobody else? Like, okay, then stay there miserably. Fuck it. Sounds good. I pray for you. I was you, And it's unjust. But once again, like what I say, everyone is incorrectly. We're not taught. If we were taught all these conversations fucking in middle school, high school, and everybody be ahead of the game, because guess what? Now I could observe people. No.
You really don't have any of that.
No.
When I was growing up, I never had any of that.
Well, it's because they at least run the universe, and respect school just makes you workers. But I tell my kids, all young cats, just to let you know, school's cool and all to a certain extent, but just to let you know when life becomes hard, because we all bitch about life, life's a bitch, because relationships will make you, break you, they'll destroy you. One person, typically middle of high school, comes in your life, you sold them a dream, they sold you a dream. That's just the first one. How many more to be? That's the question. In this lifetime, how many bodies you going through?
Shit.
I'm sorry?
I wish I would have had somebody like nowadays that I could come to you and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, well, once again,
I was
like...
26, I went through a really bad relationship. It was domestic violence, and my mom didn't believe me. She was like, "No, I don't believe you." I'm like, "You don't believe me because in front of your face, he's one thing.
Right.
And out the door, he's a...
Behind closed doors, as it say.
Something else." Yeah, exactly. She's like, "No, I don't believe it." I'm like, "Well, you better believe it. I can't even touch the fucking radio in the car."
Well, that's the shit. Behind closed doors. That's what I preach about. Your four walls. You're both four walls. Your mental home and then your physical home. Every day you bug down. You don't have to be religious. Is it heaven or hell? Do you love being home? Do you hate being home? Do you love yourself or do you hate yourself? And you just woke the fuck up. Every day you bug down. How do you feel about yourself? How do you feel about your four walls? You can hate home. You can hate yourself. But I love the universe. I love the matrix. I love my job, coworkers. I love everybody. But you hate going home. You hate the person in the mirror. And then you hate your partner. Like, okay, how's that working out for you? And don't worry, I was you. I say people all the time, like, I don't make it sound easy, but once again, I worked on myself. I had a real support team almost 5 years ago. I love for that because I won't ever go, capital E, ever go through shit again. I won't ever be sad, depressed, like, let's say I lose a kid, God forbid when my kids pass away. The grieving journey, you shed tears, cool, but remember this, everything happens for a reason. People will come and go in life. Nobody can stop that. You can prevent it best as possible, for sure, right? But it may doesn't happen. One day you can... My situation, if you ever see me face to face, I say all the time, I'll pray before I eat to God, Jesus, Allah, Buddha, the whole universe. I got one more day to eat. I got more way to to live, to wake up. I can take a power nap and close my fucking eyes in my last breath. I'm trying to live a 100 plus type of situation. Keep telling the same story every day, bug around. Like Buddha was doing. Mind and body. That's what I preach about. Mind and body. And your four walls. What? How's everything at home? Why? Everything starts from home. If you woke up tomorrow morning, you fucking hate life. You hate your four walls. You bump head with your partner. There it is. And you just woke up. Then what? Then you go work and you bring problems to work and bumping heads and vice versa. And they say that corny ass thing, but easy said and done. Don't bring your problems from home to work and vice versa. But it's harder, easy said and done. Especially at home, you have no one to talk to. Or let's say you do have no one to talk to your partner, but your job is toxic. The intent, adapt to your environment as possible. Don't just quit your job. It's not that bad for the most part, and just start, job hunting. In life, what I say, in life, you can go job hunting, car hopping. I mean, job hopping, car hopping, and then what's another term? I forget the other one. Job, car, home hopping, but don't go body hopping. The whole phase, not really healthy. I don't recommend it. It's a lot of bloodbath because you got feelings involved. You exchange energy with a lot of people because you maybe potentially control your energy, but if they can't control the energy, then you catch feelings. That's the shit. Which I'm gonna tell my body for all these damn virgins, all these platforms, especially when it comes to a couple and then she gets preggo and Plan B like Skittles or abortions and bullshit. Like, okay, you can, my body, my choice. Say that, do that, right? There's the kicker. Which I call everybody the fuck out. To kill or not to kill. You didn't know magically when you have TLC sex intercourse, you change energy from a bond, soul tie, to inflamed traumas, potentially catch feelings. STDs or babies because of one act. No one taught you that shit. Fuck, you can ask AI Alexa and shit. I'll tell you right fucking there. You don't have to comprehend it, but then you want to play victim, and then especially the queens respectfully. Like, yes, these boys sell fucking dreams, and now you're a single mother, or to kill or not to kill, and then you want to call yourself a good person, religious person, spiritual person, atheist person, and you're doing wrong.
She's the one that noticed it.
I'm saying respectfully, yo, we all know right from wrong, man. Nobody has to be here.
Psychology.
I'm sorry?
My best friend of 10 years, she noticed it, and I didn't say anything to her, and I'm like, how did you know? She's like, because I study psychology.
Which is cool. Psychology is cool.
She's like, you're in a bad relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what saved my ass. I'm like,
so Megatron, what's up, Queen? How you doing? How you been? Oh, yeah, once again, psychology is cool, once again, but when the thing as it being the intent, how you been, Megatron? How's life? How's the kiddos?
I would have never spoke. And then she said, yeah, you're in an abusive relationship. I'm like, yeah, I know. But I have nobody to speak to about it, so I remember at the time.
Right, that's the part. If you have no real support teams.
All the flags.
Right.
That girl looked
Not
like
great.
if I was
How are
a
you?
fucking
Well,
sister.
prayers gets
She's
better,
like,
Queen. I'm
I
good.
know.
Tired but good. Thank you. It's good. It's good to see. It's been a minute. How's everything back home? On the overall, how's work? You busy, bee? But yeah, no, that's the thing. If you have no real support teams, no one to hold you and guide you, you just I do, many of us, just keep it to yourself, or day by day baby steps, wing this shit. I'll take it more. I'm sorry.
She knew me so well. It was not even funny. She was like my sister.
Well, once again, the cool thing is she was a psychologist, so she was ahead of the game with body language, mental health.
She
can
was
observe.
something. She knew me
Right.
She got concerned. She's like, yeah, I know you. I'm like, yeah, you know me. We talk about everything. And she, that girl overprotected my ass like no tomorrow. Sometimes I miss her until this day. I'm like, you won't get me out of anything, would you?
Well, that's a cool thing when you have someone supportive. But once again, people go, real supportive, we hold you and guide you, but it's your choice if you will. What are you choosing? What are you doing? You can get all advice in the universe, right? And you deserve better. And the door is right, which I preach about, because it really says this part, but the door is right there, But once again, we all say the same shit. It's hard to leave. It's not. Everyone leaves. I gotta go to work. She gotta go to work. Toxic as fuck. The hard part is not to go back. So I'll call you out, once again, nobody says this shit, which I say to call everybody out. Why do you choose to have to go back to the person you bitch about every day above ground?
Since I'm a Leo.
Yeah, astrology
I
talk.
did everything possible to fix the relationship. I tried to save it. I did everything, I remember.
But you're doing too much.
Maybe I'm to blame.
Yeah, we do that
I
initially.
remember blaming myself. I was like, maybe I'm to blame. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. That's what I used to say to myself.
Well, it's because we question the self-worth. But here's the kicker. If you did your part best as possible, and you did, what else can you do? I'm blunt. You could bang like a porn star, give them $1 billion fucking dollars. It's not you. It's them. They're not satisfied with themselves. They're obviously not satisfied with you.
I started realizing it wasn't me at all. And I'm like, oh, thank God it's not me. It's really him. I'm like...
Right, but... And when you figure that out, now what are you choosing? What are you doing? To stay or not to stay?
No. That's where the part got interesting. when I wanted to like fucking leave, I said, I'm gonna get out of this relationship. And he said, no, you're not. If you fucking get out, I'm gonna kill you. I'm like, okay, yeah, you're gonna kill me, right?
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. That's the shit.
No, that's when I got scared when he said those little magic words. If you leave my ass, I'll kill your ass. I'm like, oh, okay, hold up. Ain't nobody doing shit to my ass.
Well, that's the thing. Like, tell the queen, especially queens, like, you know your partner. Like, it's not the emotional cheating, the verbal abuse, shit's fire breaking. That haven't hit you yet, right? Yet, but because the physical part, all the red flags been there, and that's what I say all the time. Scenario: if you know your partner's too toxic, it's too narcissistic, right? And you know that they've already told you, if you leave me, if I can't have you, no one can have you. Well, I recommend to especially you queens, because maybe no one's gonna believe you, right?
If I can't have you, nobody can have your ass.
Right. So if no one's gonna believe your story, right? Then what I recommend, you got social media, make a fucking TikTok, put it on your platform, just to let you know, as a phone to everybody, if anything happens to me. No, but I'm saying in general.
It didn't exist at that time.
No, I know. Back in the day, no, but I'm saying nowadays, especially all the queens, they tell you, if you believe no one's gonna believe your story, can remember this, behind closed doors, you know what you two are going through, right? In the streets, he's an angel to everybody else, right? She's an angel to everybody else, right? So that's what they're saying, behind closed doors. So if you're scared of your partner that potentially off your fucking dome, make a TikTok. If anything happens to me, I have no beef with nobody. No problem with nobody. So if I'm not here no more, look for my ex, look for my husband, look for my wife. They're the one that did it. If not them, their family. But just to let you know, I had no problem with nobody. I was been trying to leave the relationship, but they told me this. And here's the kicker. I talked to family, and no one believed me. But if you were watching this shit, I'm not here no more. Go look for them. And here's the best part. Boys and girls that are too narcissistic, they're pissed off when they get busted. Why? Because they got busted. They would love to get away fucking murking somebody. Because then do it again and again and again until they finally get busted. And that's the shit. That's what you don't do, opposite attract. You don't fucking... Me, what I preach about, you don't fuck with no one in the ghetto hoods. Show me love in the ghetto hoods. You can't show me that shit. Kids have more love than adults do, black and white.
This is what I fucking remember. I had a really close bond to his dad, and I said to his dad, "Can I just have your phone number?" And I spoke to the dad to tell him what was going on, and that's what saved my ass. And I said, I can't be with your son no more. That's what saved my ass. That I actually had a good ass bond with his dad.
That's good. I'm happy you're still here.
The dad almost killed him. The dad said, "How the fuck do you do that to somebody that you supposedly love and care about?"
Well, that's why it's called triggers and triggered.
He went at him. He just said, "How the fuck do you do that?" I didn't want to go to the dad. The last thing I wanted to go was to the old man, but I had a really good bond with his ass, so I'm like, might as well.
Well, that's... In life, the intent to reach out for help, even though we don't want to, but it can cost you your life if you don't.
I didn't want to. I really didn't want to, because I felt like I was, he was going to realize what type of son he had, what type of a monster he had for a son.
The intent as parents, you should know your kids. Like my situation, I tell all my kids, like, chill out. I keep it 1,000 real. I don't hold back at all. So, and scenario, when it comes, my tattoos for a reason, it says right here, zombies, addicts, and addiction. So a scenario, if one of my kids becomes a zombie, addicts and addiction, right? He or she, what will I do? And it's bullying and fear in a positive manner. I tell my 7 kids, you see your brother and sister right there? They're a zombie. They're alcoholic, drugs, whatever. Like right? So there's your future. What? If you fuck with drugs, that's your brother, that's your sister. Look at them, look at the way they act, look at the way they carry themselves. That is your future. Black and white, straight to the point. No years of therapy, counseling, right in front of you. You want to show me more zombies? I'm going to take you to little cities. They're adults older than I am, and they're fucking zombies. Living in the streets and gone. They're not homeless. Yeah, they're homeless, but they're zombies. That's an addiction. And I am. So there's your future 40 years from now. Don't matter what you do in fucking life. Money, power, fame. If you don't fuck with that shit, I mean, you keep fucking with that shit, that's you right there. That's why I tell people, you got to do fear in a positive manner. Future is in front of your face, especially in toxic families. You look at your toxic family. There's your future right there. You could be your parents, grandparents, 50 years from now. Brag about money, power, and fame, but as a couple, behind closed doors, toxic as fuck. There's your future. If your relationship's toxic at 17 years old, your parents still together, miserable fuck. Your grandparents, there's your future, literally in front of you. You can brag about Dubai, BBL party. It don't fucking matter. Because when you go home, you're miserable at 17. Your parents go home, they're miserable at 50, 60. Grandparents, 80 years old. There's your future, black and white, right in front of your face. You already do 50 years with your still into your relationships.
99.99 is.
Fuck all that bullshit. That's the shit. A zillion people in all the fucking universe, and you're stressing about one. Make that make sense. Fuck all that,
I'm
man.
the older sister. This is what they don't realize. I'm the older sister of three of them. My brother, my sister. My sister got married. Her marriage didn't go well. Domestic violence again. My mom, her first marriage didn't go well. So I got to see all of that, and they don't realize that actually affects you and leaves you traumatized.
Yeah. Is that what's called what?
So I'm like, nowadays I look at a fucking man, I'm like looking like, are you gonna be the same as the next one? Because if you are, I'm gonna just run and I'm gonna dip.
Well,
That's how I look at it.
That's the
And
intent.
somebody
Like,
told me, if you continue that way, you're gonna stay by yourself. I'm 42 years old.
who get that corny ass saying like you be by yourself alone? Who gives a fuck? My face tattoo alone. Nothing's wrong being alone. But whoops your ass at nighttime is you're lonely. The loneliness. You have no physical body.
And my first love, on top of it, he doesn't leave me alone. I told him, if you don't love me and you just like me, you're wasting my motherfucking time. I am not the type of person that's gonna be with a man that says, I like you, but I think I'm in love, but I'm not in love. I'm like, first of all,
Undecisive.
I don't want half-ass love. If you want half-ass love, go look for another bitch. I don't do this shit.
Well, that's the shit.
I want to get married because I'm Christian. I still believe in that shit.
Well, once again, like, marriage is cool. It's a good concept. I'm 44. I haven't got married, right? But here's the kicker. Like, I preach about the marriage part. You got to know your partner 1,000. You know, live with them all. Make it 4 or 5 years on the overall. But here's the kicker. You got to know your partner as an individual and vice versa. Because this cell phone has a zillion options. And younger will always come up and pass boundaries. They won't give a fuck if you're married. Babe. And my first baby mom in Seattle. Working the south side in the ghetto hoods, right? All the time, like, hey, Queen, I have a girlfriend. I got my kid and my own family. Well, she don't gotta know. I go, yo, Queen, just to let you know. I'm gonna give you a scenario. Let's flip the script. You're my girlfriend at home with the kids, and how would you like my girlfriend to say what you're saying? And stay quiet. You wouldn't like that, would you? Here's the best part. There's gotta be guys here around you that are single. Why? I already told you I have a partner. I'm involved with a family, and you still want to shoot your shot? You're wild, man. You know. Here's the kicker. What am I doing? Realize boundaries. Even my first man was toxic as fuck. I still respect their boundaries, right? Or I entertain. What she, like they say that corny ass saying, what she doesn't know won't hurt her, right? But here's the kicker. I'm gonna cheat, but I won't call myself a good person, a religious person, a spiritual person, atheist person. But I'm cheating. Make that make sense? It's like, bruh.
Make it make sense.
That's the shit for everybody, man. That's why I want everybody. Like, marriage is cool. Marriage relations are good, but do you know yourself as a being? Can you control your lust? Do you have self-will? Do you know your partner? And do you know that they have self-will? Because that's why black and white, nothing's wrong with looking, right? But if you're gawking and you're seeing a man or woman, that's called emotional cheating. And when you catch a partner doing it in front of your face, you know they're doing this in the streets.
I'm glad I kind of found you because I can actually speak about it nowadays.
Well, that's the cool thing about social media.
My mother, like, told her, I was young. I did the right thing. A lot of people don't know what a gut feeling is, what a sixth sense is, all that shit.
Right.
I was 17 years old and I fucking didn't know what that shit means, and adults don't fucking know what that means.
Right.
I had that gut feeling about my, my first love, and I said, I'm not gonna go out with you, and I said, just kept shutting him down and saying, no, 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 no. And it was because of that gut feeling.
Intuition.
And
yeah.
it was all because of respecting her. Yeah, I respected her ass. I said, I'm gonna finish my high school, I'm gonna do shit right. I had this strong ass gut feeling that keeps telling me to push him away, keep saying no. And he said, why you keep saying no? Because I'm like, I'm this age, you're this age.
Right.
I ain't trying to get fucking killed. If you fucking love my ass, then you do things the right way.
Right.
That was the first thing I did right. He would tell me, but you're gonna marry, I'm gonna marry you, I'm gonna give you a good life. I'm like, I gotta still respect my mom. I was 17 years old and he was 23. I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, both you're young and
You
fresh.
can wait until I'm done with high school. If you really fucking love somebody, you can wait until you're done with, I was done with high school, and that would have been that.
Right. Well, that's the thing, like...
That's when I knew that he committed suicide.
What?
He committed suicide. He took his life away.
because of you or
I
in
was not in a
general? I'm
relationship
asking.
with him.
My condolences first and foremost, but like because of your guys' situation or in general, I'm asking.
No. Because that situation, I respected my mother. I did the right thing. That time, somebody said they came to time saying to her, your daughter's in a relationship, and I wasn't in no fucking relationship. She beat the shit out of me. I never forgave her until this day because I
Not to laugh
wasn't
at you,
listening.
but that's
I'm like,
foul.
fucking shit. These fucking son of a bitches came to tell my mom and I'm in a relationship when I wasn't. She was the overprotected mom that grabbed that broom and went on my back. I'm like, ah, shit. What did I do to deserve this?
Well, it's a downfall when people gossip, you know, and
And I told her, until this day, I don't forgive you because I didn't go out with this guy, and this guy committed suicide because of your sorry ass. Because I wanted to finish high school, I wanted to do things the right way, and on top of it, I had a gut feeling that a lot of people don't know. Lo que es un presentimiento. El presentimiento significa cheating or muerte. That's it.
right.
That gut feeling, it's two things that it signifies: death and cheating.
Right. Well,
That ain't no fucking joke. I did the right thing. Like one told me, that's not your fault. One of my friends explained it to me.
Mhm.
You were doing the right thing. You were respecting your mother. You were finishing your high school. You didn't do nothing wrong. Because for years I blamed myself. I'm like, did I do something wrong? But he committed suicide. Because he said, I love you. I'm crazy. I mean, I had the cell phone at that time. At that time, I still had the cell phone. And he's like, where are you going? And this and that. I'm like, I'm single and I'm staying single. I have to respect my mother.
Once again, my condolences with him passing away. But like, when you say he committed suicide, like, is it because of your guys' relationship, or he wanted to be with you, or was it something else? I'm asking.
He committed suicide because he wanted a relationship with me, and I kept saying no to him. He said, I'll marry you, I'll give you everything, and I said, no. I was not trying to get beat by my mom. I had a very overprotected mom at the time, so.
Oh my God, that's the thing. Once again, like, it's amazing what our minds do to us.
I was only 17 years old.
Right. No, definitely not blame yourself. That's the moment, rejection and protection. That was his trigger exactly, and that's the thing. Like, in our heads, right? In our heads, our mind is so powerful because in our heads we can overlove, overthink, and lovey-dovey shit, right? But we don't get what you want. That's the dilemma of the situation, and that's pretty. It sucks that it got to that point where, you know what, like, if I can't be with her, and I can't have her, then what's my? This is the question. That suicide. I thought my next tattoo. We think like, what something's wrong with me. Why is to not have her by my side, and that's if I'm not gonna have her by my side, then what's my purpose here? And it can get to that point, and it sucks, man. Self-delete is mental health. Oh, exactly, exactly. And that's once again like.
Until this day, I still felt it like this. This is how I told my friend. I felt it was his way of punishing me. If he can't have
the guilt trip.
What was his fucking purpose? That's not fair. I blamed myself for like. I was like, oh, maybe it is my fault for respecting this woman. And I told her this. Until this day, she can't say shit to me because.
Well, that's the guilt trip.
Maybe I would have gone to her and said, when I was 18, I want to present so-and-so to you. Maybe it would have gone well.
Right, no, it's... Alright, go for it. Go for much music. Dale.
Hello, I don't know. I just kind of swiped in and I'm on a different platform. But, and I don't know the whole history or the whole, so I caught the end of it, right? But I do want to say to the person who's talking, whatever they told you, that was the trigger. Self-deleting, and I say that because, again, I'm on a different platform. Self-deleting is not something that can be caused by anyone else. As much as we have to carry the guilt and the shame and the what did I do, what could I have did, self-deletion is a part of a mental health problem. And you have nothing to do with it. The person is going to do what they're going to do. It just so happened that they may be blaming that one trigger, but that self-deletion is not something that comes lightly. So please don't carry that guilt with you. That is something that eventually would have happened regardless. I just want to say that to the person who is talking. I don't know you, but don't carry that guilt with you, love. Please forgive yourself and don't blame yourself for that.
1,000.
I try not to. I'll be honest. Until this day, sometimes I do blame myself, but they have explained it to me that I'm not to blame. That he was the coward in doing such an act.
It's not about cowardice. It's about mental illness that was left untreated. It was about that they felt that that was the only option that they had. And sometimes it is something that we see. We a lot of times, especially in the Latino community, we believe that certain things are not. Some things are pushed to the side, like mental health and stuff like that. It is not something that we have control over. And I say this speaking as a parent who has had to deal with a child who has attempted this and feeling a lot of guilt and learning a lot of the basic stuff. You cannot carry that blame because that person have already made their decision. There's nothing you can or cannot do to the best we can do, the best thing we can do is learn about mental health and take care of mental health moving forward. But if someone wants to go through with it, especially men, because men tend to do it in a more very more violent type of way. Women tend to do it more subtly. Women make the same amount of attempts, by the way. They just do it in a different way. Men's way is usually more violent, so they're usually more successful. Let me just say that much. And if they are determined, there's nothing anyone can do to stop them. Right. So you cannot take the guilt onto yourself. The only thing you can do is educate yourself, so in the future you may be able to see signs, but you can send people to hotlines and stuff like that for help. But we are not doctors. We are not mental health professionals. The one thing we can do is stop shaming mental health in our communities.
Facts. Beautiful said, hermana. Beautiful said.
No, the reason also I felt bad is because his mom had cancer, and he left like a 3-year-old kid in this world. So yeah, that's like, I couldn't understand why he would do such a thing. His mom with cancer and left a 3-year-old kid behind. He was divorced from the other one. So,
of course, any like, unaliving is sad, right?
Right.
But no more you can control that than you can control if I go out tomorrow and get hit by a bus.
Right.
No more you can control what another person chooses to do with their life. It's gonna be horrible. It's gonna be sad. It is terrible. But if you don't, survivor's guilt is very real. And people who survive, people who self-delete, I mean, I encourage finding support groups, because it is a very hard thing to overcome, and the guilt is very heavy, especially you were close to that person, because a lot of times they will tend to sit there and send out text messages about how much they love you and say hi, and they will be happy within even hours before they do these things. So you have to once you start to look into it, right, and you get past the feeling of it, and you start to look into the logic of it, and you go down the rabbit hole, what it is, especially with young men, especially with young brown and black men, there's so many things that we do not have under our control. So I encourage you to look into it. Of course, venting, I'm not trying to deny, I'm telling you because I felt what you feel before. So just don't give yourself a little bit grace, because what you said is all truth. All the things you're trying to make logic of chaos. A person who is in a mental health crisis, their mind is not logical, they're chaotic. And you cannot, and if they're single-minded and they are determined to self-delete, there's nothing you can do to stop them from the attempt. You may be able to save them if they do it in a certain type of way, but there's nothing you can do to stop the attempt. Once someone is determined to self-delete, that is what they're going to do. And I hate to say, but look into the support groups of survivors, of people like that. Again, I don't know who this person was to you, but I have had family members go through these situations, and I have dealt with in social working and as a patient advocate. Look into it, because the people who suffer tremendously a lot of times are the people who are left to pick up the pieces, whether they succeed or not. So I encourage you to just look for in support groups, even online. You can text people nowadays. You can do texting, and then researching, and they will give you statistics and data that will kind of, sometimes you want logic out of chaos, sometimes the statistics and numbers can give you some logic, even if it's not the news you want to hear, mommy.
Facts.
baby, though. You know, that was just something
Nah,
that kind of was a little close to my heart, baby. I'm sorry. I feel her pain. Like, I feel your pain. I really do feel her pain. It touched me.
No, yeah, no, don't say sorry. Once again, like, it's a live podcast. Anyone can jump in, and you know, if anyone can support each other, that's what about social media. My tattoo, hashtag social media familia. Yeah, we can get along with each other, be supportive of each other. A little DM phone call away type of situation. That's the cool thing about social media. We're blessed. It wasn't for this. Like, if you know libraries, I was a bookworm. I was gonna grab any book and start reading it. Nothing about mental health, healing journey. All my tattoos, nothing. Just reading books, quote unquote, and that's the shit. But we have no guidance, no real support to elaborate. Hey, like you just said right now, that's beautiful. You elaborate, educate the whole universe best as possible, right? No one to comprehend you, but they're hearing you, listening. That's a positive. You get my ideas, options, ideas, scenarios. A positive, something to work with, not just to be lost and just like, what do I do? And then the guilt trip, the shame is like, you know, maybe I could have done like respectfully, like you're gonna beat yourself quite a while because respectfully, I access that's completion, not here no more, you know. So, and it sucks. It gets to that point. It sucks. It gets to that point.
Facts, and that's not to say what is her screen name over there?
Erica T.
T, you said?
Erica.
Listen, that's not to say that your feelings aren't valid. I'm not trying to invalidate how you feel at all. I'm just trying to give you a little bit of comfort to let you know that there was nothing you could have done to change that person's mind if they were set in determined.
I know that.
So yeah, your feelings are totally valid. How you feel, the way you feel bad, that's totally valid. I'm not trying to invalidate you at all, sis.
No, I know. Because I remember when I got a really strong feeling, calling and trying to get a hold of him, and nobody would give me any answer. I was like, I need to get a hold of him. And nobody would give me no answer. Until the brother told me he just committed suicide.
You definitely did. The feeling of helplessness is very overwhelming. The feeling of damn, I couldn't, what could I have? Then you start replaying every conversation, every text message, every interaction with that person, and wondering what you could have did different. So it's a lot different when it's like somebody on a live stream, a random accident, or how you call it, like a chronic disease like cancer or something like that, because you know what the outcome could be.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? If someone unalives because let's say they had a drunk driving thing, and you think, damn, could I have stopped that person? You start to review every single moment with that person in your head. Just don't let yourself going crazy trying to figure out why, because there are resources for survivors.
Because it was weeks after I tried to get a hold of him and I couldn't get a hold of him, so I knew there was nothing I could have done about it. Until the brother later on said he just took his life away. I'm like, oh, now somebody tells me when I'm trying to get a hold of him, and nothing. I remember having the beeper number, the cell phone number, everything on his end. Nothing. I was like, oh, this is just great.
Was this her partner? I'm sorry, not to be. Like I said, I missed the first part of it. Was this your partner, your husband, your boyfriend?
So I could not have a relationship with him at the time. So I respected my mother. So I could not have no relationship with him. And I told him several times, I cannot have a relationship with you because I was only 17, he was 23. So I could have had all the feelings in the world, but I was not going to get beat by my mom. So I was like, no relationship. And on top of it, a really strong gut beating. So I kept saying no to him.
My ex